Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's 9th anniversary episode of Critical Role. We're a bunch of us nerdy ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons.
I love you, BBs.
We are ancient, and now you're here to share in our ancientness. Happy 9 years, y'all. This is crazy. It should never have gotten this long, and it won't. I'm shutting it down now. No, this is wild. For all you newer kids falling into our sphere, thanks for being here in our chaos. Those who've been here for a long time or since the beginning, let us rub our aching knees together in friendship. Indeed. But thank you all so much for joining us. Before we jump into tonight's episode, we do have some announcements to get through. First up is our sponsor, Cheapaku. Sam, once again, please, what is that?
This is my new fragrance, Mathieu.
Cologne?
And eau de toilette, Mathieu. Chepaku is a Patreon page offering subscribers access to more than 4,000 beautifully handcrafted. It's the crystals. I can't see them. I'll read it off of this. I got it.
Just before you tell.
There you go. Now can you see?
Chepaku is a Patreon page offering subscribers access to more than 4,000 beautifully hand-drawn fantasy battle maps for Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinder, and many other TTRPG to take your game sessions to the next level and to take your body odor to the next level. May I present my new fragrance, Maps by Chepaku. Kyle, roll the film.
The what? The film?
Roll it! Chepaku. Lust, passion, acid traps. Experience unique and original worlds with Maps by Chepaku. Is life a dream? Is love a promise? Can I move more than 30 feet per round? Chepaku. For moments of pleasure, of anguish, of cocked dice. Maps by Chepaku. 4,000 hand-drawn battle maps that are VTT ready, working seamlessly on Alchemy RPG, Roll20, Encounter Plus, Foundry VTT, Fantasy Grounds, and more. But which map will lead you to my soul? Chepaku. Maps by Chepaku. Available wherever fictional fragrances are sold. So head to the Chepaku Patreon, choose the $5 Master Cartographer membership tier, and you'll get access to their entire map archive with new map packs.
Whoops. I don't want any of those.
Not 9 years in. Packs added every week. Or level up to the $10 tier and get your hands on dynamic animated versions of Chepaku's battle maps. So, do you all like maps?
Oh, God. What is
What the
that?
hell is that?
Yeah.
Okay, but do you like Chepaku's maps?
Oh, wow.
Those are actually much better.
Join the community. Go to chepaku.com/critical role, join the Patreon, and get 4,000 plus battle maps for just $5. Matt, map to you. Tap to you.
Hi there, pop to you, sir. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, and I'm so sorry. Chepaku. So, folks, the Daggerheart Open Beta playtest is live now. It is open. We've had a blast playtesting it ourselves over the past few years and all of its iterations up until now. We can't wait for you all to finally give it a try. Please dive in, tear it apart, break the game, tell us what works, tell us what doesn't. Whatever you love about the game, the things you'd like to see adjusted, the things that work really well, the things that you're like, it's so close, like, let us know. Because that's the fun part about this process, is we all get to make the best game it can possibly be together. Your feedback is truly invaluable, and the more people who play the game, the better we can make it for all of us. So to help get you started, we've uploaded a ton of new content on our YouTube channel, including a quick 101 on the system of Daggerheart, a session 0 to show you kind of how to set up a campaign, and a character creation video to show you the process of creating your new character.
It's so fun.
We also played a live one-shot of Daggerheart earlier this week, and you can watch it on the VOD right now to see how an actual game of it flows. I'm talking to you, can join the open beta playtest at daggerheart.com now. Go do it. Go play.
Go do it.
I mean, after the show, after the episode.
We'll do it now.
Put it in your tabs. Laura, you're up next.
Hi! Guess what? We have merchandise. And this time, it's a celebration of our anniversary. We decided to make some like nice core CR stuff.
Yes.
So
Ooh.
you can
That's actually really cool.
With our logo on the back. I'm a huge fan of our other like tie-dye hoodie that we made, so we wanted to make another one because there's like I kind of live in my other one, so. Yeah. And then in addition to that, you may have seen it sneak peeked on our shop already, but
Such a good
I
dad.
haven't had a hat in a long time.
I know. So it's amazing.
Strings. Strings are tie-dyed.
Yeah.
Maybe they are on the other one too.
They say, it says, how do you want to
We
do
have the
it?
technology.
I'll do this. How do you want to do this?
How do you do
On the
it?
back. So yeah, our artist is Chris. Gladys designed the calligraphy of how do you want to do this on the back of this hat, which has been designed for forever. So there you go.
Yeah.
And then, in addition to that, our pals at YouTube's created 4 adorable plushies for Mighty Nine. Jester and Caleb are joined by Fluffy Pal Sprinkle.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Look at that kid. This is like him before we killed him 1,000 times.
It's Faye Sprinkles.
Yeah, they're like little
They
constellations.
wanted like magicalness on them.
I love how the eyes up front can
They're
like, glow
so
against the rest of the
cute.
fur. That's so cool.
Anyway, you can pre-order yours now at youtubes.com.
It's so cute. We got all the little animals in a row now.
Find your D&D therapy plushie.
Yep. That's the way to do it.
More pests. I'm ready.
All right.
Pests.
Well, I believe that concludes our announcements on this fancy 9th anniversary night. So, let's go and jump into tonight's episode of Critical Role.
One by one we climb until we reach the top. 2 by 2 we fall. Will we meet our end or meet our destiny? Hold your breath and roll.
How do you want to do this? It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery. Who knows what will happen? He might. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. From the healer to the renegade, we all share the same goal. Adding more allies, taking more chances. Hold your breath and roll.
You can certainly try.
It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery. From darkness our friendship will rise. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. Oh, get ready. It's Thursday night.
And welcome back. Last we left off. Bells Hells, after arriving on Ruidus and sneaking, sometimes successfully, sometimes not so much, across the surface amongst a few waypoints of civilization here on the surface of the Red Moon of Ill Omen, you eventually came to the city of Crivirus, or what you've come to know as Kaluma Crivirus, the top-facing surface city, which seems to be to various levels of destitution and militaristic presence. A number of these thin spire-like towers protrude from the top for viewing vantage points across the upper region of it called the Banners. There's the main focus of the city that is referred to as the Clutch. That's where the majority of the populace that live here do so. And then there's also the Crumble, which is the series of crevices and cracks where a number of ruins and fallen elements kind of vanish within. You've been told that's kind of the more dangerous region here of Keluma Crevirus. But in search of the Volition, the resistance against the Crevirus Imperium that holds sway over the entirety of this Red Moon and is currently one of the two major driving forces to releasing Predathos, the God Eater. You managed to get into a small scuffle in a street, but managed to cover your tracks rather rapidly. You then, through some information that you had gathered from some locals and some keen eyes, found your way to the Jagged Edge Glassworks. This is a glassmith building. You've seen this kind of like strange bluish-green glass that's kind of been pushing its way through or exists in veins throughout elements of the rock here. And you can see now, upon coming here, and I've seen a few examples of tools and weapons that use this glass, as well as parts of the housing structures, and just as one of the main materials between bone, leathers, and other like fungal type materials that have been dried and stretched into a cloth fabrication. There you met with Zesh, and Zesh and Jado looks to be the true purveyor of the establishment, who then stepped out to leave Zesh some time to speak with you. You convinced them that you are no ally to the Vanguard, though you wear their colors, and that your intent was to find information in hopes of eventually helping the Volition. Zesh wasn't forthcoming with them being a member necessarily, but an ally who occasionally helps out the Volition, and gave you some information as to where to locate where their current pass house haven might be, to search upon some of the highest spires, recommending the Overspoke, to look for the darkest of deep blue coloration as a marker as to where the entrance would be. You went to take a rest in the subterranean basement of the Jagged Edge, and towards the end of this rest, you began to hear footsteps above and were told to keep quiet as the entryway to this basement was closed. Laudna, you cast a sphere of darkness within to plunge it into a void-like absence of light. And you all sit there in the quiet, listening.
Let's hope this was a good idea.
So, here beneath, you hear the footsteps, a bit of silence, and you hear a voice kind of poke out like it's halfway through a conversation. Yeah, we've come to collect something. And then no more conversation. And it's odd, you begin to realize this is a group of conversing individuals, but only some of them telepathically communicating. You're catching bits and pieces of information. Another one goes, "Round here somewhere. We gotta make good. Right vengeance. If we're losing them." Another one
I
says,
know we can talk to each other, right? Because we're a mentally connected team.
the voice again like creeps in like a moment later. Three of us dead.
Oh.
Someone's gotta pay.
That's us.
Silence. What do you all do?
You can't hear them or hear the thoughts, or it doesn't work like that, right?
Not really. I mean, I could open. No, unless they're directing the thoughts at you, you can't hear what they're saying.
You can cast detect thoughts. I can cast detect thoughts.
But you won't hear the conversation. You'll just hear.
Can I tell roughly how many
what they're
are
thinking.
walking above us?
But
Make a
they're
perception check
thinking
for
their
me.
conversation.
So unlimited advantage, but
You
I'm in the
think.
dark.
It doesn't
So
always work
straight
that
roll?
way.
This is just listening.
Yeah.
You won't be able to see. I say this is a straight roll because you're just hearing. Actually, in darkness, you're able to focus. I'd say it's a straight roll.
That's good. That's 25.
25. You hear 6 sets of footsteps. And this odd kind of like a low growl. It's almost cute, almost like a...
New sound to me.
It sounds weirdly familiar.
Wait,
Maybe they have their own little
Yeah.
did you rat us out?
Fucker.
No, I bet it.
We don't know.
It's way too far away. You
Very,
rat us
yeah.
out. If anybody ratted us out, is that guy up in the tower that we didn't talk to after he saw us.
No, Pate talked to him.
Yeah,
He
Tate
told
threatened the
him.
fuck out of him.
Threatened him.
And then we left.
So somebody could have tailed us from the street. It's possible.
This may not even be about us entirely. They might just be here because this is where you go to broker a conversation, and I think they want a patsy.
Can I just try and stand on my tiptoes and smell any like whiffs of occupants that might be on the floor above?
Yeah, go ahead and roll with advantage for using your keen scent and hearing.
Just in case there's something new. 16.
16? Okay. I mean, the interior of the chamber upstairs is filled with all manner of burned and burning materials. The forges up there that melt and bend the glass and the materials they use in here kind of it kind of clouds the atmosphere with a lot of chemical scents and things that blanket the majority of what you're looking for. But you do catch up what you're now becoming more familiar to you, the smell of Rylora, a handful, and something else. Once again, it's slightly familiar, but you're not quite sure where you smelled it before.
Matt, we're
Got a
in,
new bogey.
we're in complete darkness, right?
Yes, you are.
So I'm just gonna go around and just touch my friends. Sorry. With consent. Just to make sure I know where everybody is. I'm also gonna sympathetically bond myself to Ashton, Orem, Chetney, and Loudson.
You're moving around extremely quietly.
Extremely. Yeah. I oil myself. I oil.
They were lubricated?
I lube. I use lube.
Yeah, you do.
It's about here that you hear out of the silence upstairs that voice ring out and be like, I agree. Maybe we go ahead and just have a look around.
Oh, Jesus.
Fucking shit.
Just in case.
What do we do if they come down?
And you hear some of the footsteps begin to separate, and you begin to hear that a new sound that you didn't recognize before, almost like a grinding or something sifting, like a
Like a slithering?
possibly,
Or maybe they're using a rain stick.
maybe.
Maybe
They're real popular here.
maybe they're looking for holes in the floor, like spreading sand on the ground.
Oh yeah, shit.
Does it rain
That's smart.
on it?
Hey, just so I know how magical darkness works, if we're inside the magical darkness bubble and they open a door, we can't see them.
Nope.
Shit.
We can't see them.
They
We could
just-
hear
They
them.
can't
See
see
us
us.
though
They
as
see
well.
impermeable darkness, though.
I
which
can
is
see
weird.
through magical darkness.
You're the only one who can.
Whoa.
Great.
So
Wanda's just
Yeah,
like
I can.
At the bottom of the stairs looking up at them.
But they can't see her.
No, they can't
They
see her,
wouldn't
but
see- yes.
she'll
It is.
What? Yes,
It's the
I
Travis nightmare.
definitely. I look like a night terror.
Yeah,
I look like
yeah.
sleep paralysis demon.
How
just
calling
goes
it
like-
into existence.
to people like looking around
For some reason, I envision it as like one of those like night
That
vision
person-
cameras, you know?
Oh my god.
Just the eyes.
I can't do any range stuff. I can't do anything that's triggered by the space. Do we have anything that we would want to put underneath the trap door
I know. I was thinking
that
that
they would
too.
walk
like
into?
if
I don't
they-
have any of that stuff.
Oh my god. Everything is like.
If they, what about the hole?
I know.
Can't.
I was thinking that
We
we
got
got
in the
the hole.
Or
They
the
got
hole
in the
up there.
hole.
What if
They
we
have to be
stand
sitting
around
on
the
something.
hole and let them jump down in?
And then we can. So wait, do you think we can press it up against the ceiling like flat?
Absolutely.
You think the hole would fit on the ground in here?
How would we even know if it does?
But if we put it on the ground, if they come down the stairs, they just fall right into the hole. And then the people outside of the hole wouldn't be able to hear that they fell in the hole because it traps the sound inside.
And then we just fill them up. And then we let them suffocate.
That will take
And then we just add more bodies to
X
our
amount
body
of
count.
enemies out of the picture
Yeah.
right away. And even if they don't all go in, that is
Can
two
we fit
less,
that? Let's
three
see
less.
if we can open the hole down
I
here.
recall we can't open the hole down.
Yeah, do you? I
think we
feel like you.
asked
I
that.
think
Oh,
we
we
did.
couldn't fit it.
Yeah,
Can
it
we
was
fit the hole down here?
The space in here, I mean, you can certainly try.
Hey, hold it up. Hold it up.
Shout out.
Gotta try.
Where'd I put it?
You're not sitting on the
wasn't
merch.
intentional.
You're supposed to sit on all the merch.
Because
make our money.
because it requires.
You stole it.
It was over here.
Here's what I'll say. It requires a fairly flat surface to roll it out for it to become the hole that's there.
yeah.
There is enough room here, but a lot of the room edges of it right now are occupied by like supply crates and things around it. So you can do it, but you just have to move a few
Nope,
things to make
fuck
the space.
that. We're not rolling for that. Negative.
Yeah, we'd be so loud.
Trying to,
Negative.
I'll tell you what.
I mean, it's possible. I'm just saying.
Unless we have like.
Guide me to the
You
stairs.
look really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look really good.
You look great too. Guide me to where was I? I can't actually see you. I assume you look good.
Do it with your eyes closed.
Guys close.
Guide me to the stairs. You're welcome. I love that. And
You
we
just
can.
feel Laudna's breath on you because I'm covering too close.
That's. I know who you
It's
are.
really cold.
Oh no.
Oh, that's like one of the cheap vaporizer. I can lock the hammer between two of the steps, so if they come down, they'll trip.
Ooh, that's cool.
Ooh, that's cool. That's cool.
I'm
Okay.
Very good idea.
I'm gonna give you a little
If they
blessing
trip,
of a D6
Let
to
them
use.
hang out down here. What do we do if they trip?
well, if
Maybe they'll break their necks and it's just a terrible accident.
if they come down here at all, we have to wrap this up like we thought we did on the street. Nobody leaves.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We've got to keep it contained.
Yeah.
We drag them in. We finish it. No one leaves.
But no one's.
They'll just look and then
We're
they'll
not
walk
gonna
away.
kill anyone though, right? I mean, we're the good guys here.
Never have. Not yet.
We'll just talk to them and convince
We
them.
don't kill people.
We power them down.
All right. Put them in sleep mode.
Yes.
Okay.
For a very long time.
Yeah, we can't search for exits. There's nothing we can cast.
Well,
Oh.
so I've been thinking I could try something. It feels like a very high-level situation for something like this, but I feel like I can make something look different.
So you can make it look like the room is empty?
Yeah, I think I can.
Whoa.
I think I can try to project something to make it look like this is a completely empty hole.
Amazing.
Even with the darkness?
Or should we drop the
We'd have to drop
darkness
the darkness.
Oh,
and
shit.
do that?
But I can drop the darkness.
I mean, if you cast it
But if they-
above the darkness.
That too.
Oh, that too.
So
It's
you
an
got
option.
Darkness,
It's an option.
Illusion, and a hole.
Yeah.
Yes.
And a tripwire.
No more
The
bullshit. We
darkness
just
is
go for
stuck
it.
down in the hole, right? It doesn't go up above the hole at all, right?
Actually,
No,
what is it?
it's about 10 feet from the floor to the
Oh,
ceiling.
hallucinatory.
So
That's
creating the
okay.
darkness in the bottom, it just fills the entirety of the basement,
Yeah,
so
do
it
it.
doesn't go beyond it.
I feel like that's worth dropping.
Well, like
No,
you
I'm
said,
in
you
the
can layer it,
darkness. Yeah.
theoretically.
So if they
And then
look
when
in,
they
it
try to
just
go
looks
down.
dark.
You would assume, yeah. What are you trying to cast?
Hallucinatory terrain.
Hallucinatory terrain
Go on.
by Chipiku.
Does that work?
I mean, the only downside is it takes 10 minutes to cast.
Never mind.
Ah, bummer.
So if you can distract them for a while.
That's why it says 10 minutes.
However,
I
that is an extremely useful spell for situations
Just like
Maybe
at all
it'll
the
be
time.
just-
So good to keep in mind.
It'll be. Well,
Well, let's just see what happens. I've got maybe I can maybe just
Let's do that trip thing though. That's great.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
putting
do
it
the trip
right
thing.
below
Yes,
the
love that.
shadow so that it's not visible.
Okay.
And
Not
I'm
even look in.
They might not look in, and if they do
I-
trip, he might just go, "Ow! I tripped. It's dark," and then
leave.
go straight back
You
up.
hear some
Yeah.
things like shit and ting, 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 ting up above. They're kind of like moving furniture.
Should we all start whispering horribly so that if they look down into the darkness, they just hear, I see.
Well, to be fair, that was part of my plan C. Yes, I.
Okay, we'll keep it as a C.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
see. Well, yes.
You hear the footsteps kind of scattering around a little bit. Then one of them comes to the side door, kind of not far from here, and you hear that voice from where you're like, "What's in here?" Then open it. And you hear the door open and the footstep above, behind it.
Sounds like slithering, I think.
Can you see what's happening? Can you see what's happening?
I don't think they've opened the chamber yet, like the
No, that was a
hatch
side
yet.
door.
Not the hatch, but there. You can now hear the steps above you.
What is that noise? What is that noise?
Get ready. Everyone is
Please don't find us.
and you hear all the other footsteps beginning to, except for you clocked 5 sets of footsteps. You hear 3 approaching from the one that was here, and that other like odd sound that followed it. So there's 1 unaccounted for that seems to be remaining in the other room, because your perception's super fucking high. You would know that.
Anyone want to prepare any spells or?
Calling that out. I'm like one in the antechamber,
What if I can just
5
make it sound like
above.
there's rats down here?
Sure.
Maybe I'll just, if they open the hatch, I'll just make it sound
What
like
if
there's
they're
rats down
friendly
here.
for some reason?
That's really good and really cute.
That is a really cute little rat.
We spend a lot of time alone as children. All right.
My little sister. Shut up!
So what's the plan?
I think we're sitting tight.
Back up against the wall.
Getting ready to rumble.
Ready.
Okay.
Feels like
Just in case, let me go ahead and set up a little visual so we know at least where everyone's set up.
Could you put the hammer? Could you put the hammer like through a latch on things so they can't get the latch open?
This Just In Case is brought to you by WizKids Minis. Bell's Hell's plush are now available. Fresh Cut Grash, Ashton Graymore, Fern Calloway are ready to join your couch party. Order your plush friends today. Bell's Hell's plush at whizkids.io/Bells Hell's plush. That is a small space.
Yeah, it's way too small.
Matt, do we remember when we came down if the thing
You could put the
opens?
hole here if you wanted to, but you have to move things out of the way to do it.
Okay.
It's too loud.
Whereabouts are you guys all arranged?
I don't know, against a wall.
I'm like practically underneath the stairs because that's where I'm.
All right.
And I'm under the shadow.
Okay.
Yeah, Matt, did the hatch door open upward or did it open down?
It opened upward.
And was there a latch or a handle on the underside?
To where that we could slide the
There's not. There's
immovable
nothing.
rod to keep it.
Like if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Put it through something.
Right, do we remember?
No, there would be, because you want. I mean, besides pushing it up, there's also a latch internally.
So we could
So we
slide
can.
the hammer through the latch.
You could.
Yeah,
It might
what
make
if they're
some
gonna be
noise.
like, open it?
Yeah, why won't it open?
Why isn't this opening?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you could just make it one more obstacle,
yeah.
and then they open it and it's just dark as hell.
I've got my immovable
go across
rod.
from Ash and just crouch like Daredevil, waiting for
So
this to start.
leave your hammer.
Okay, where
I'll
you at?
go up and.
Across from Ash on the
Also,
other side
if
of the
you're
ladder.
spidering,
Is it
maybe
ladder?
get up.
Yeah.
Already?
Well,
Oh my god, you can
be
hang from
prepared
the
to get up on the
ceiling.
roof.
They open the latch and I'm on the latch.
Like a fucking jack in the box.
Alrighty.
Oh god.
And then
What about
rush
the rest
up
of
to
you?
get the rest.
Anywhere, Matt. Anywhere.
Yeah, like against a wall somewhere.
Yeah, against a
in
wall,
there.
against a wall.
Okay.
Can't see anything anyway. Probably just
Just
be
kind of
holding
feeling
onto
your
a
way
wall
against
for.
the edges.
Yes.
I have hopped up on a box.
I can't
'Cause I'm
see. So Matt, I climbed up and I'm going to take my immovable rod and latch it through the handle on this side.
Okay, so you're like up at the top essentially.
Yeah, very,
Like spider climbing along.
very quietly.
Okay. Now make a stealth check for me if you don't mind.
Do we have pass out?
Yes, we do. Pass without a trace.
Wait, you're casting it now?
Oh wait.
I have an
I'm saying,
advantage.
does it have verbal as a
I have an advantage on this.
Okay.
You're good.
Because
You're good.
I
Trace.
suck.
Okay, okay.
requires
Because I-
verbal, somatic, and material components, so you have to mutter incantations,
wanna make
which you
any
can
noise?
do.
Yeah, I know.
I just need you to go ahead and make
It's
a.
so counterintuitive to pass without a trace
And have to make
then
noise,
You're
right?
like,
It's a preparation
You
spell.
got-
Yeah.
It's not impossible once again, but I will ask for a stealth
Yeah.
check.
Good.
It's
So
no,
this
yeah.
is a verbal.
It's the noise that she's gonna make sliding the rod through the handle.
So that you would
Very
screw this
quiet.
up in
I've
here.
got this. I've got this.
Why are you rolling with advantage?
Because I sucked in that ring and that
Amazing.
rests for 24 hours, and I think it's only been like,
It hasn't been.
It hasn't been that
barely
long.
any time.
yeah,
So
6 hours?
15 minutes.
Yeah, it's been like 15 minutes. I rolled a natural 19 for 25.
Okay. It slides in smoothly and without any sound.
Didn't feel it.
That's the back's journey
Did
there.
you do it?
Well, now you're going to be calling the shots.
Matt Pat. Okay.
Shortly after you get that into place, you hear the rustling of metal on metal, and then you hear and that same shifting sound again, and the voice goes, "Is it locked? Open it!
guys.
I said, open it!" And you hear, "Tsh!"
Oh
and
god.
there's just quiet again. That's not a good answer. And you just
We can't let him take the heat. We gotta come out. What if we're just making a porno?
It's worked before.
We could just act like we're dead.
Don't let him do it again.
Yeah.
I'll unlatch the thing.
Okay. You hear the sound of someone getting up and futzing with it again, and then it
I crawl back down into the darkness.
pulls open, and you all hear the footsteps curve around the front.
What do you see?
What the hell?
What do I see?
From now, where are you standing now? If you're down below here, where are you?
She's looking right up into their faces.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, you glance up inside, and you see
So horror movie.
the the bottoms of 2 feet and the edges of what looks to be one of those tall, furry, kind of gray and white-haired entities that is dressed in similar armor as to the other sentinels you saw of Crivirus that you had fought earlier.
Esque.
Yeah. You see just like from the waist down from your vantage point, and you see it kind of like snaps its fingers, and it carries over a lantern, one of those like weird glass blue orb lanterns that is kind of just lighting up. What the hell?
Unsettling presence.
Okay. It takes like 2 steps back. It gets like a loud whistle sound, and you hear that's weird shifting sound, and you watch as a familiar-looking creature slithers around the edge, its singular central eye and its massive tooth-covered jaw. Those creatures that you saw frenzy feeding in the middle of the dust. It looks like there's one that's been trained and domesticated by this figure. That
kind of cute.
comes up to the edge. It like points down, and it like bounds down the ladder. What are you all doing?
It's down here with us?
It is down here with you.
Does it seem like it has? Oh God! Does it seem like it has?
Well, we can't see
I
it.
don't know. It doesn't seem like it has seen us.
Tell us what's happening.
Does it seem like it's seen us?
Tremor sense?
It does look like it has. It looks like it's emerged down below. It kind of stumbles off the edge of the ladder.
I say
seeking,
in
it's seeking.
our brains, I kind of give like a location of where it is.
Yeah, it is right in front of you.
Okay.
It doesn't see you. And it's interesting because the little eye that you see flitting on it,
Doesn't see us.
it's make an insight check.
An insight check.
Nobody move. Not a muscle.
There's just like a fucking Wolverine in the middle of the
Yeah.
room between us all.
21.
21. You're like looking right at it, and you're used to seeing creatures with an eye up here, where like there's the slit with the thing shifting around it, but you don't see a pupil, and you see this slight little gap that occasionally opens in it. You realize it's not an eye; it's part of its censoring apparatus, but it's not sight-based. It's almost like it's tasting the air through this other additional eye-like appendage, and it's like, and you watch as it kind of like begins to, like. The outside of its body has these, now that it's this close to you, hundreds of little tooth-like spines that come out of the sides of its body that just protrude out like cat claws that begin to shift, and the rock around it begins to break away, and it almost like begins to gently burrow, like wading into water.
I say in everybody's head. I say in everybody's heads. It's covered in teeth. It's covered in teeth. It's covered in teeth.
And it is coming. It's coming in your direction, like testing, like
Towards
checking around
me?
the room.
What
Yeah.
do we do? We can't move.
I tell everybody to like hug the walls. Hopefully it keeps coming towards me because I want to like lightly navigate around it.
Okay.
Like,
I'm gonna
try
ask
and
for a
slip it.
group stealth check on this.
And
Sorry, guys.
And there's no without a trace now,
No.
correct?
No,
I
without.
know.
This is gonna be great.
I'm still at disadvantage.
Oh dear.
You are.
It's all good.
That's cocked, thank God.
It's a group. It's a group.
This is a group? This is a group.
It's a group
Stealth
stealth check.
right?
Yeah.
Yep. Alrighty. We'll start here with you, Ashton.
Double checking. Yeah, okay. That's, no. 9, 16. Math.
16. With disadvantage. Great. All right.
13.
Okay.
23.
Oh.
Okay.
Natty 1.
Okay.
4.
Okay.
23.
Okay.
Natural 20
Okay. All right.
for a 30.
That negates.
That negates that Natty 1.
That negates the natural 1.
Group check.
I just had a single
Make
roll
it,
'cause
did it
I
make
have
it?
21 are gone, 2 high 20s,
And a 4.
a couple of teens, and a super low one.
Yeah, the most important one is you because you're the only one who's moving in this instance. This is to see if the rest of you can stay still while it's this close to you in the presence. Yours is the primary one on this. As you begin to slightly shift backward and move, as it kind of like sifts through the sand itself and it begins to kind of run a perimeter of the room.
I'm trying to kind of like get any boxes between me and it, but like
It like bumps into one, and you kind of like shift around on the other side of it. Sifts around, kind of scoots around past you, Imogen.
I say in her head, it's coming for you, Imogen. It's coming for you.
Should we give it any body parts again? Like a little snack?
Scoots. Now it's past you, Fern.
Is it taller than Orem?
It's about your height.
Oh God!
No.
Like it's about this
That's
wide.
huge. That's so much
And
bigger
just
than
kind
I
of like-
imagined it.
He's not taller than you.
Should have gotten out of box. It's okay up here.
Thought it was like a cat.
So there's like a unique. The rest of you don't see this, but there's a unique like Mission Impossible dance that Laudna's attempting to try and avoid its movement and hide off behind one of the boxes as it like snaps into things and smashes into other parts and does a little pass.
Orem is still devoting a lot of his CPU to listening to people up top, and does it still sound like they're on the lip, looking down at us?
It sounds like there's one right at the edge, and there's 3 others at the doorway that leads into this small closet.
Okay.
It finishes its pass around and comes over in the direction past you, and you can feel its presence, that sifting sound as it kind of burrows through the rock a little bit. And then you watch as it kind of like dips into the rock and just burrows entirely into the ground.
Oh, wait, where's it gonna pop up? Where's it gonna pop up?
And like bursts out of the nearby wall for a second, rock tumbles into
Did
it.
any of us? Or is it?
I'm gonna go ahead and say, I'm gonna need dexterity saving throw from you, Ashton.
Oh, saving throw. Okay.
Yeah.
I still have that D6, by the way. Thank you.
This isn't gonna do damage, but it will be your attempt to move out of the way without making too much movement yourself.
Why?
It's like you
Do I
made
get to add that
rocks fall
D6
on
if I
the
need
ground,
it,
so
or do I
that
have to
hides
roll
some
it
of
into the
the-
It
roll?
hides the
do you know?
sound,
You get to use it. It's
but
like
this is him if
inspiration.
he can manage to
Okay,
not
so I can roll
draw
and go,
his attention
and then
with
I-
movement.
You're made of rocks, just sound like rocks.
I'm working on it.
Oh,
Rocks,
okay.
you know that.
I don't need it yet.
That's what you think.
Actually, just throw it.
Yeah.
22.
22. And it kind of like barks almost like a puppy up towards the figure at the top of the steps.
I need one.
You fucking A. Nothing down here. Whistles again, and the creature like kind of bounds up, and you watch as it bounds because you can see it. It's not really landing; it's kind of hovering, and just kind of using the ladder almost like it's a fun little, like a bit of an obstacle course.
Slip and slide.
Well, you saw them before. They were kind of hovering when they were like burrowing through the
yeah.
ground and stuff. For like moments, there's something unique about their movement.
Trap jumping.
Yeah.
And it kind of like comes up,
Yeah.
and
Hovercraft.
as he whistles, 2 more burst out of the nearby walls and kind of follow up behind it that you didn't even realize were burrowing in the ground outside of the tunnel.
Whoops.
The last thing I need here, based on where they were going, I'm going to go ahead and roll some dice to see where those emerge from. The first one's going to be on a 2. A 4 is going to be next to Imogen, and the last one's going to be Fern. I need both of you to make dexterity saving throws for me, please.
Keep it
You got it.
Come on.
You got this.
Come on.
Do we have
Dexy.
advantage on
so
anything?
close.
We don't. And you didn't give either of us 6s.
Not yet, because I gave, it's still active with good old Ashton.
I burned it.
No, he
Oh,
burned
you
it.
burned it. Well,
Yeah.
Too late.
Oh, not for that. Oh, never mind.
Okay.
10.
10. Okay.
21.
21. Okay. The one that kind of bursts out beside you, you duck out of the way, it kind of catches you in the side, but you hold your breath and it just burrows off and picks up and floats back up the ladder after the other one. Shortly after that, the one hits you from behind, bursting through the wall behind you, Imogen, knocking you to the ground, some of the rock kind of covering on you, and you instinctually breathe out as it knocks the wind out of you for a moment, and you're like, trying to catch yourself. The creature turns and focuses in your direction. You're watching this, and you can feel that odd breath, like, as it's just creeps up close to your face. Opens its mouth and just bites down on your head, almost gently, like it's testing what's there. Pain surges through you as you kind of, not knowing what else to do in that moment, let this creature just bite into your head, rows of sharp teeth just digging into your scalp and the part of your shoulder. You take...
You're so cute, though.
14 points of piercing damage.
14.
Do you do anything?
It's a love bite. Nope. I don't want to do
The
anything.
world's largest tattoo all at once.
It continues to chew.
Oh my god.
It seems to have found something it likes, and just kind of like, almost like a small creature kind of gnawing on a toy, but then it gets the treat in the middle of it. It's like, and it starts tearing into you again.
It seems like I know.
So are we in the clear, everybody? I can't see anything.
I'm trying to find something that's not verbal.
That's going to be another 13 points of piercing
Why is
damage.
everything verbal?
Can I take out this Ryloran behemoth finger that I have and just slowly
Wiggle it in there.
Yeah, wiggle it in its mouth and try and slip it in and slip Imogen's head out.
Just toss it on the floor.
I'll say...
Or just, like toss.
Everything's verbal.
Make a... Oh, there is a meta magic ability that helps improve
Oh,
that.
wait. Let me see if I have that. Do I have that? Quick spell.
I think it's silence.
I know, but I don't have silence spell.
Hand
Well.
on the creature's mouth?
Why'd you build a broken character?
Why didn't I know that I would have a creature gnawing at me when I couldn't make noise?
On your dome?
Why wouldn't I have planned for
It's
that?
not easy for you to figure it out yet.
I'm gonna try and bait it with this.
I
Give
understand.
it a little beef jerky.
I'm going to need you to make an animal handling check. As you're trying to draw its attention from a fresh piece of bleeding meat to an old piece of no longer bleeding meat.
Honestly, there's a lot of meat on that bone.
If something has
I mean,
verbal,
this is the juggernaut finger you said? Yeah, it's a meaty, it's like a sausage. Yeah.
did the other creatures already leave the thing, and
They
he's
did.
the only one?
He's the only one there.
Yes!
No fucking...
Yes!
On the dice.
Yes!
They've been waiting.
Okay, where do you throw this? You watch as you pull the finger in the way and kind of like... It looks up at you. You can see like the blood streaks down the outside of its jaw, and you just see this kind of red mess that's the back of the unmoving Imogen's head. And you like instinctually grab the finger and kind of like hold it in front. And as you do, it kind of...
Can I kind of trail it to the door a little bit and then just kind of the direction the other one's going to get out?
You throw it out the...
We're able to throw it out.
Where do you throw it? Where do you throw it?
No, like towards the ladder or whatever.
Okay. You chuck it towards the ladder, and it just, and immediately lunges over, digging into the ground and catching it like a shark out of water. If the water was rock, being like kind of burrowed through, takes it. The ladder gets bumped and like almost gets knocked out of the hole for a second. It makes a bit of a clatter above, and you hear some of the foot's like stepping over to the edge. And one of them's kind of looking in and can't see anything, holding the lantern again, like looking. It's like, "Hey, come on, what's going on?"
Please leave. Please fucking go. Please leave.
Like spits a chunk of the like partially chewed section, and then eats it. And it turns to look back towards where Imogen is.
Get out of there.
When it,
While it's distracted, what are you doing?
can I feel a box behind me? Is there
From where you are, yeah, there is definitely like a box that got kind of shifted as it burst through the wall.
Can
Yeah.
I try to get up onto the box while it was
I will give-
distracted, jumping
wait.
after the thing? Mm-hmm. While it was making noise and clattering around?
Make another stealth check for that.
I can't give you a D6 because I said Orem, Ashton,
I
Shetney,
know, you
and
didn't bind with
fucking Laudna.
Why fucking me?
I rolled a 7.
Yeah, but plus things.
7. No, I rolled a 3.
It turns back around.
You ready?
And like,
It's fine. It's fine.
and just goes
While it makes the noise,
over
the minute
towards
it
you.
makes the noise
Yeah.
at me, Jesus Christ.
With your head bleeding profusely.
Sure. I'm going to, let me make sure I don't have to.
Matted with blood.
Fuck, I don't know. I can't see.
Could you turn into one of them that you saw it earlier? And then just pretend to leave with them for a minute just to get them to go away?
would I know, does shock flare make noise?
Shock flare?
Or
You can be.
Speed out now.
or like
with them.
would I know what noises my spells make?
You would know that shock flare makes a little bit of like a staticky noise, like a faint.
Okay. Okay. Then the minute it gets to me,
We did?
Yeah,
No.
you took a short rest.
I'm gonna the minute it makes noise, I'm gonna reach forward and try to touch it.
Okay, you
And
grab
I'm
it.
gonna try to inflict wounds on it.
Okay. Now, because you cannot see it, you roll with a disadvantage. So go ahead and roll to make your spell touch attack, your melee spell attack with disadvantage.
It's a 1. Wow. This is a series of really crap rolls.
Yeah, they
Telling
are.
us something.
Wow.
It was going so well.
But you have
Sorry,
so many
guys.
dice.
We have an idea.
Maybe it's because there's two.
Travis, shut up!
You go to reach towards it, and your spell grabs the empty space of the inside of its open gullet as it snaps over the front half of your body. The rest
the
of you
front half of my
just hear.
I don't like this.
You see now just the legs of Imogen kind of kicking outside of it. I'm going to say for this instance, let's go ahead and roll initiative since we are now actually in a battle.
Which legs curl up?
Yeah.
So for this point in time, you've backed off to the side, and this is now right over here, and you are restrained.
Okay.
Aw, donkey balls.
Well, not restrained, grappled.
See
Sorry.
anything, so
You
everything's
still
gonna be a
you
disadvantage.
can't move, but you you
Well-
essentially are grappled by it.
I can drop this. I can drop this.
But then they'll see.
No,
they'll be
they'll
able to
Well,
see
they're
that.
they're walking away though.
Are they,
like
though?
you said, the two
There was one-
were
They were
walking away.
They were
They're
all
like,
walking away, and then when that one hit the ladder, some of them started
Came
coming
back.
back because they heard the clatter, and one of them's kind of looking over with the lantern right now, but can't see anything down there.
We got some good ideas.
But nevertheless,
We got some.
You need to be
It's a good
quiet.
idea.
alrighty.
Laudna had a good idea.
Okay. It's gonna be and okay. So I would like to give us 25 to 21 or 25 to 20.
Oh, I didn't even fucking roll.
Not this time.
All right.
Well, shit.
Alrighty. 25 to 20.
19.
Sorry, 19. Yeah, FCG. 20 to 15. Is that
17?
17? Okay. So that's Fern.
I rolled a 15 as well.
Cast is on deck.
All right.
Rollies, you'll win because I'm rolling like balls. 3.
12.
Get it out.
That's
Get
true.
it out, get it out.
All right, 10 to 5.
Yeah.
8.
Okay. Go.
Oh, 5.
Ooh.
Rollies or? Did anybody else roll?
It's okay. One of them rolled really
Is there
bad.
some rule
Wait,
that
I
says
thought- what
like
did they
you're
roll? He rolled
10
like
is
10.
just gonna suck
Oh,
ass?
I'm
20.
an 8 or something.
Okay, you're at the top.
We're dead and you're 10.
Oh.
I cannot get over that top face. It's like someone took you, Brendan Lee Mulligan, and Pete Davidson and put you into a gene splicer.
It's kind of
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know. I can't.
It's terrifying.
I can't see it.
That's when Laura was wearing Sam's face.
It looks kind of like. Oh, that's what that is.
Why it's so yes, that's
Wait,
right.
it does kind of look like Brendan Lee Mulligan.
Yeah, that's a
Laura
compliment.
That's not
plus
true. He's a
Sam
far more
equals
handsome gentleman. It looks kind of like Peter Lorre, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know,
Smeagol.
it's important to know what we're doing in our game of Dungeons and Dragons.
Which is weird because Brendan does not look like that at
At
all.
all.
So it's weird
I
that
don't know where you're getting that from. That
I
photo.
don't see
Sorry,
Brendan.
Brendan.
I
I
don't see
apologize.
Brendan,
for
Shout out Brendan Lee Mulligan. Prayer to Brendan Lee Mulligan.
Save us.
I don't quite remember.
Alrighty. So it's going to be. It was. Sorry, Chetney, you had an 8?
Yes, and then
And
Ashton
Ashton
was a
last.
5.
Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, there's
That's-
little,
That's
there's a little
true. That's
Steve Buscemi
true.
in it.
Yeah.
And Smeagol when he was still a halfling.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I thought it was me too. It is not me.
You. It's all you. They're all you.
I thought that was Taliesin.
It is not me.
You are wearing a shirt full of
Alrighty.
you.
So, sorry, going back to the top of this now.
Yeah.
Top of the initiative here, it is Laudna with FCG on deck. What do you got?
All right, you can actually see.
I can see. I'm going to try to just quickly lead this. And I'm going to just tell everybody, everyone remain calm and shut the fuck up. I'm going to throw Fern as one of these creatures through the top of the roof.
Amazing.
And I tell Fern, yes, but let me get rid of this thing first. I would get rid of them. I tell Fern, turn into one of those little tadpole-y things that we saw, but like Orem-sized.
Okay.
That's what it looks like.
So, what the tadpole thing is like what you were in the river?
Like we're
this-
fighting.
what's- what
She's
we're
trying to look
fighting.
like the,
I'm gonna
the
try
thing
to-
that we're fighting.
Try to look
Okay.
at those
Okay.
piranha.
Telling her it looks.
Teethies.
It's one of the things that we already saw.
Correct. It is.
So?
It is technically a beast, though a Ruidian beast. So okay.
Isn't
So
it
she
cool?
can do it?
Can do it.
So wait, are you transforming like using your wild shape into it?
I was thinking about it.
Okay.
But I also could disguise self.
No, that's
I
different.
could- that would be
Disguise self
different, right?
Disguise self
Yeah.
has to be kind of
Okay,
closer to your humanoid
Yeah,
space.
beast shape would
Yeah,
be
yeah.
Shit.
You don't know. She can
Beast
go
shape would
next.
work.
Yeah, you
though, right?
could try it.
Okay. I'm gonna try it.
All right.
It's gonna be like a fly.
You've had a decent look at this up close. Actually, you have not seen this creature up close. You only saw it from a distance, but you did see it when you were trying to go over the top. So you go ahead and will yourself into a form, and your body shifts into an uncomfortable state. And indeed, you are currently now the form of a slither.
Slither. And I'm going to hold my action. So Fern
I will
is.
say. So this will be you, Fern. I'll surround this with a green marker so you know which one is you.
Okay.
So that's you there.
Okay.
Look at that face!
Oh my goodness, he's kind of cute.
Shit, what?
He's kind of, they're kind of cute.
Yeah, the way a piranha's cute.
And then can I hold my action? Well, we're kind of doing this all
I
at
have to
once.
say, I thought the mouth was much smaller. That was biting me. I didn't realize it was like the size of half my body that was
Right.
biting me. That's
Yeah. I mean, the mini's a little larger than I intended to be, but it's kind of like it's just a little bit smaller.
it could swallow half my body.
Yeah, it's about like that big, like kind of this large of a sphere with a little tail behind it.
Cool.
All right,
Remember
so
movie Critters?
so you. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Little bigger than one of those. Yeah. All right, what are you doing? So you sorry,
her turn.
you told her to do that, and
I'm
then
going to hold my action
All right.
until after Fern turns.
okay.
Technically, there's an FCG sandwich between us.
Correct.
Technically.
Technically.
End of the table.
And then I want to toss Fern's ass up through the hole.
Okay. You got it.
You don't. I mean, you probably wouldn't even need to toss her up. She could probably walk herself up.
So are you going to move over?
Hover up.
Are you going to move over to where she is then?
right.
Are you going to move over to where Fern is, or are you moving by where the bottom of the stairs, or the bottom of the ladder? Sorry.
I need to guide Fern. I'm the only one who can see.
Okay. Yeah. So you step behind, and hold on to Fern, and begin to like force movement, drag her over this way to the bottom. I'll say you can do that with your movement.
I was gonna say, that's a movement, not an action.
Yeah, I'm holding my action.
But
to
if
toss my
she's
action
touching
up.
the ladder.
Yeah, if she can get to the ladder and
Then
she
I would
can
know. I would know where to go.
blump up.
I'll say you're getting in position for that. This is like not your action. You're just kind of like reaching and tugging, and you're kind of
Because remember, we also don't
drifting.
know how they move. Like, just because she looks like one doesn't mean that she
can't
can.
levitate like these things
Yeah.
do. Not that any of us see this shit.
Yeah.
So you go ahead and like kind of drift, pulling her over while you hear the gnawing sounds of your friend being eaten in shadow. All right, so you hold your action for that. Darkness, FCG, you're up. What are you gonna do, buddy? You
killing
can't
this
see
thing,
anything.
right? I can't see, but I can hear. I've heard some chomps.
Yeah.
So our attacks are going to probably be at disadvantage. We got to attack.
Yeah, we got it. We got it.
Try to do silent spells.
Everything is verbal, as you well know.
That buzzsaw isn't.
I'm going to quietly affix my coin to my palm, and I will use it to cast Guiding Bolt at 4th level.
Holy shit! Okay.
Which will not make any light because of the darkness.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Which means it doesn't give you the secondary benefit, but it does.
it doesn't.
Not while it's dark, because you have nothing to guide you.
That's true.
Let's go ahead and roll a disadvantage. Go ahead and make your spell attack.
Disadvantage. That's a natural 20. And a 7. Plus, what is
That's
guy?
okay. It's still gonna be good.
Plus 10. That's 17.
That definitely hits.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll damage.
And I think I did it at level 4, so that's 76.
Yes, it is.
Okay. I'll just do these first. Okay. 12 plus 23 points of
23
damage.
Dang. All right, cool. So you release it and you hear and that's all you hear.
Does it look like that fucked it up? Like, how many hit points do these things have? Hit points of a kitten? Does it look fucked up?
It looks hurt.
It's got teeth on the outside of its body.
If you had more time to inspect it, with a little more light, maybe you could tell. But in this instance, in this instant, you're uncertain how hurt it is.
Okay.
Does that finish your turn?
Bonus action, I will sense Orem near me, and I will give him a D6. I will give him a bonded blessing to help him in his attacks.
Okay.
A D6.
Like a D6.
There you go. So you got your D6 ready to go for that? Please no.
They'll learn in time.
All right, that finishes FCG's go. Yep. It's now the Slithers go.
Okay, wait. Here's my question.
Yeah.
Because did you take one bite on me before, or did you do multiple bites on me
2 bites.
before? Okay, what was the second bite for? Because I didn't mark it.
I was 13. Yeah.
13 was the second one? Okay.
2 bits.
Don't like it. I have a theory
first
and I
was
don't
14
want it to be true.
Okay. I marked the first one, but I didn't mark the second.
Okay. So the one that's still on you is just going to continue to chew.
Okay, could be worse.
So Vice Bite on you.
The cave is shaped like a heart because Matt loves us.
That's going to be, now that you're kind
Inside.
of inside, it's going to be an 18 to hit you.
Oh, yeah. Oh! Right, because it didn't even have to roll to hit me because it was already chomping on me.
Yeah, you were still, so it just went,
No. that chomps me.
okay. So that you take, ooh, okay. That is going to be 17 points piercing damage.
Okay.
Okay.
And the grapple is maintained. It is just now like rolling you around in its mouth, like trying to chew and like throw you a little bit and
Right.
catch you. Just like a creature playing with its food as it eats it.
Yay.
All right. That finishes that Slither's turn. There is movement upstairs a little bit. Finishing that go. Fern, you're up with Orem on deck.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna keep you guys posted about what's up there.
Just try and get him to go.
I'm gonna get him to go.
As long as they walk out the fucking door.
I
we're good.
can still hear my thoughts while I'm inside of this thing.
And I'll say just for Evans too, because it's good. That poor girl.
Ooh.
Yeah. Just to remind you, there's
looks hurt.
at the top
Someone
of
up there?
There's the one guy with the lantern who's kind of looking through the shadow. That's kind of like just standing, not right in it, but just at the lip of the.
That's what Laudna sees because we're still in
Correct.
darkness,
That's what
right?
Laudna sees.
You're gonna look like all happy that you.
All right, so I'm gonna.
They do these
Do they have a little?
They're little hops, and I'm gonna just help you get up out of there. He's right at the gate.
All right. I'm gonna just get up there and
I help her.
Okay, as you kind of follow with the momentum, you find yourself almost kind of drifting and floating ever so faintly, and then suddenly the shadow emerges and you're inside the room above, kind of gliding, and you realize you can kind of gently hover, not fly, but kind of hover just a little bit above the ground.
Oh, cool.
There you see the figure standing there with the lantern goes like, "Ah, what is going on?"
I'll just kind of move around.
Make a deception check with advantage.
Come on! I mean, I'm going. I'm not. I wasn't planning on sitting there like.
Try to be the goodest boy.
Yeah, be a gooder boy.
Yeah. Just do some, get some scritches out of this.
You're a good boy.
That roll.
Hey.
It's
I'm taking it.
Good shot.
It's
Uda Hagen.
Hagen.
With advantage.
Oh, with advantage.
What?
It's cocked. It's cocked. Yeah.
Guys, fucking dice.
Into the parking lot.
Again.
Ashley.
Stop it.
I know. Okay, I'm gonna take the first one. Okay. Deception.
Roll 5.
Oh, that's right. That's really good. I mean, well, deception's not great. It's weirdly.
So
But it's
you-
okay. Oh, no. I just
You have a really high deception, right?
By the way, Matthew,
I don't.
I just want you to know,
But I'm okay.
I noticed that the downstairs chamber is shaped like a heart and the upstairs chamber is shaped like a cock and balls.
Dick heart.
That is a round
Heart cock.
That's how my dick looks.
Oh no, look, it's the Scanlan cube right there, see?
Huge swollen testes, little cube dick.
I got a growth on the side.
Oh boy. All right, so you emerge up top. What'd you roll?
I'm just kind of, as I'm walking by,
What would you
a
roll?
20 total.
A 20 total, okay. Okay,
Yes,
as you
yes.
emerge and come out the top, you...
And I'm getting an eye on, like I want to see who everybody
Oh,
is
yeah,
so I
you can
can
let us
tell
know what's
everybody.
Wait, can she see?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Oh, can you? But how do you
Like,
see?
I thought
Right.
they just like
They have a
smell
little
or
sensors.
But you can feel everyone.
I don't know.
What do you see?
I'm up here. I can't see shit.
So you don't see, you have blind sight for 30 feet, which means you can just sense and tremor sense. So you can like, it's more tremor sense than blind sight, where you can like feel movement around you, and in a very much kind of Daredevil-esque way, you can like make out the shape and movement of things around you. You do see, back over here, there's these two figures by the edge. There's
More Lawrence.
There's one back there that has one of those like bone wands with the crystal at the end.
Yeah.
And what looks to be a shrike that is also emerging up here. There's also,
Oh, this would have been so bad.
you can sense them just
What? I mean, this would-
outside the space.
This is happening.
Might be. Oh no.
And two.
Shit.
Oh, I don't like those.
Oh, so it's because she can feel their movement even through the walls?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you can like
There's
sense
so
they're shooting.
many of them.
There are two beyond that area, and then over here, in kind of the far
Jesus.
corner, this, and I'm marking this one as a friend because that is technically Zesh.
Oh, okay.
So I'm putting green there.
Zesh.
Zesh is just kind of back against the wall, like letting them basically toss over the place. And you can see it's like shit's been knocked over, weapons have been falling off walls, the place has been rolled a bit. But as you emerge, the one who's with you is like, go.
Well, this is your life now.
I'll just kind of go to the door. I don't want to go outside or get closer to the other ones so that they don't really see. Just kind of like a little more tucked into there, like I'm just kind of waiting.
Over here?
Yeah, waiting to go.
Okay.
Just hovering, just like.
It's odd. This is a new weird form.
This is so weird. I'm literally floating, but there's a lot of people up here. So don't come up here. Ow! Just kill it and we'll
Do I see
we'll
the
keep
guy
going.
who had the lantern? Is he like, cool, dope? I got my pet snake back and I'm walking away.
Make an insight check.
I can see him.
Yeah.
I can see him. Still advantage on all these. Okay. 17.
17.
He's just
I'm
gonna
sorry, I
say
fucked
we're
this up, y'all.
No, you didn't.
Bit
What?
on the head.
You had a head. That was the only mistake you made.
Yeah, it was really the
Your dice. WizKids.io/Bell's Hills Plush.
All right.
Happy 9-year anniversary.
All right, I just tell everybody, keep remaining silent. I think it's working, but we need more time. I just have to walk away. Just hold on.
I'm just gonna try to just like kind of bark at the door or whatever. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna shut up and stand by the door.
Do what you want, Fern.
Do something fun.
Do what you want, Fern. What you want to do?
Just like
Try to steal
I'm
something.
gonna just like. Well, I feel like this is my turn. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
This
I'm
is your
gonna-
turn.
Okay, I'm gonna just.
You've literally just moved, so.
Okay, I just move. I'm just gonna try to like I'm feeling like there's something, whatever we're looking for is out the door. So I'm just like getting antsy, like a dog that wants to go outside to go pee. Like.
Okay, what sound do you make? Hell yeah. All right. So you begin to shift and turn towards this way. I need you to make a deception check to try and see if you can figure out in this space a way to convey that sort of intent.
Oh, just going method.
I'll say deception or performance, your choice.
Okay. Just better. Oh, okay.
Performance.
Not a lot of performance-based
26. No, wait. Sorry, 25.
25. Okay. As you do that kind of like this direction, you for the first time really feel those teeth kind of grow out, and you're like, that's weird. But as you do that, it's almost like a creature putting its spines up out of interest or anxiety or anticipation. And as you do, the two other creatures, they put theirs up too and kind of like shift over to kind of like look in the direction that you're looking, and the ones outside just kind of like hear the kind of sound and look over in your direction. So you've made your intent known, and it seems to be having some sort of reaction.
Oh boy.
Alrighty, Orim, are you doing anything?
Yes, I am. So I heard that go up, and I've heard the plan. So I just turned towards the darkness in the room, and in my head I'm thinking, covered in teeth, covered in teeth, covered in teeth, covered in teeth. And I bite the insides of my cheeks, and as soon as I feel teeth on my hand, I'm going to start filleting this thing as fast as I can.
Okay.
Guys, I am covered in teeth.
Thank you, Chef. Forward.
My dream come true.
Okay, so disadvantage on these guys?
Indeed. Your hand immediately, it's like touching the outside of a wall of fish hooks. Now when you touch it, because it's not, they're not out at the moment, it's like feeling the outside of the curvature. You can feel where the point is, but you're not dragging against the hook, but you can sense they're there.
Just made my hands tense.
Yep.
Oh, like
the strikes.
if you run your finger over a grater, but like a nice way.
The nice way. That's how
yeah.
you catch
Yes.
it. The other way would be awful.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll.
Okay, at disadvantage.
Snake.
It's a natural 1, so I get to re-roll it. 20. 17 to 28 to hit.
28 hits.
That is
A lot of drama there.
Please
I
all
know, I
the
don't know what
things.
any of those numbers just meant.
Please all the things.
3 is 8,
Kill
and
it.
I will make this a goading attack just so it hurts more.
Okay. Natural 1 on its saving throw.
Okay, so disadvantage against everyone against me. 3, 9, that's 17 for that hit.
Whoa.
The next one is a 14 to hit.
14 just hits.
Ooh!
Bring that down.
15 for that one. 17 for the third. 16 for that one.
How do you want to do this?
I didn't even have to action surge. I just come in really fast, going and push the roof of its mouth. I hope, back and toward the wall.
Yeah, as you carve into it with each, like the third strike goes through as it's already kind of falling out of its kind of telekinetically lifted self. As it drifts to the ground, you catch and kind of pull the mouth open in Imogen, and you finally pull yourself free. The pain released, and here in the middle of the shadow and darkness, you feel that surge of freedom and thankfulness kind of wash over you.
Then you hear about a foot away from you.
Don't shut up, Shiny, don't fuck up. You dare, Rich.
All right, that finishes Orm's go.
I would just
Imogen.
reach over and put my hand over his puking mouth.
God. Oh God.
Just a little tiny, little bit
Yeah.
of paste.
Oh, just a little hand salsa there. All right, that finishes. Imogen, anything else you want to do on your turn aside from put your finger in the halfling?
No, I'll just tell.
Happy anniversary, you guys.
It's a layered reference that also didn't work. Anyway, please continue.
I mean, if the thing's dead, and we are still trying to be quiet, then I'm just gonna sit in silence and wait for it to.
Sit and bleed.
I'm just gonna bleed, have a little puke on my hand, and get a little puke in my mouth at the same time.
Okay. If you hear that, like, kind of like that warmth of the heartbeat, as you can feel kind of the blood running from the wounds, and as you just sit in quiet and kind of contemplate that odd, like, just vibration of the landscape, especially kind of as the blood's running and kind of the adrenaline spiking in your system, you can feel that sort of latent connection to that energy that's buzzing all around you, especially more so here than any other place you've been in the city, now that you kind of have a moment of heightened awareness. Criveris itself, definitely there is a proximity aspect to it that leaves you a little sharper. Finishing your go.
Sharp enough to roll better dice.
That's exactly what I was thinking in my head, but I didn't say it out loud.
I have to rest, man.
I'm about to say, man, you're married to her. It's your funeral. All right, the Slither Lord is going to go
Enjoy your
ahead.
time here.
The Slither Lord's going to come by over to where you are and be like, "Hey, what do you see? What do you see? Where?"
Just full. I'm trying to just put my teeth out as far as they can go. All my teeth.
Okay, it's like,
Still pointing out the door.
I think they're on the trail. This place is done. And the two other Rylorans here at the front that you can see kind of waiting there, kind of look at each other quietly, look back over at Zesh, who kind of like puts her head down, and they both kind of start walking alongside as the rest of the surrounding Slithers like start darting out the windows, out the front door, kind of pushing past and opening it. They all begin to like dart outward together as he's starting to prepare his exit.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
You're gonna have to live with this forever now.
So
Am I
if
still
you're
inside?
actually one of these, you can.
No, I think you're leading them
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah. Can I? Am I able to move into the stone?
Huh? You can
Like
certainly
they
try.
can? Okay. So if they're not well. Wait. What do we do? Is it my turn? No, it's not.
No,
What are we doing?
I'm
Can I
letting you know what they're doing. So
Okay,
next
got
round, they're following the intent that you gave.
I'm like, wait.
That's
it's not
okay, we'll come around to it.
Yeah. Okay.
Fun things about initiative. You gotta wait your turn. All right, that brings us to Chetney. Anything you want to do on your end?
Isn't it Imogen?
I just sat and puked in my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will hold my turn.
Okay.
Hold my action. Hold my attack.
This figure over here, who looks to be Vanguard, but also is wearing like a shoulder piece that looks like Criveris, like they've begun to assemble, or at least try and cross the streams of maybe this person's been here for a little longer than some of the new recruits you've seen.
With my bonus action, I will do a Crimson Right just on my hand and get the little chisel like on fire in
Okay.
the darkness.
Yeah, which is you hear it crackling on the edge.
And I'll hold
ever so
action.
this like faint little flicker of flame, but no light emits around you. It's an odd experience. Kind of feels a little disappointed until you go ahead and get that barking sound, and then looks out the door and immediately kind of like leaps out and starts darting off this way and begins like perusing the street outward, looking to see where you might have been referring to, if anyone had run by or anything. Ashton?
I'm going to hold my action,
Same.
and my action will be to unlock the hammer if someone comes down the stairs and uses it. I'm just going to just unlock it once somebody has enjoyed
Go
it.
and get it ready.
Well, it's still up on the stairs. So yeah, just after, if it works, then
Great. All right, so you're going to prep yourself up there on the side. To the top of the round, Ladna, you're up with FCG on deck.
What can I see that he has moved away?
Yeah, he's left. You're just kind of now at the bottom of the stairs. A recovering Imogen. Everyone's kind of still and quiet, and you've sent Fern off to a new life on
They're starting to
Ruidus.
leave. I think you're starting to leave.
Matt, where was this side door that we heard open before they opened the hatch to this room that we're in?
It would be over in this area.
Okay. Oh, got it. Okay.
I'm opening that side of the chamber.
Sweet.
Would have a door there, but I left it in my map room.
There's still only one exterior door to this whole building.
That you've seen, yes.
Got it. That we've seen.
Is there a second entrance?
I'm just gonna hold. I will hold to drop darkness when if it's needed and
Okay.
when I feel safe. But until then, just still maintaining this hold. Fern has told us all that they're leaving, so just sticking with the plan.
You got it. FCG?
I want to heal you, but it makes noise.
You can wait until they're gone.
Okay, I'll just feel around to find where you are so that I can heal you eventually.
You find.
What are these things?
Jesus Christ.
Perfect.
Little pillow.
All right, so you hold that. The rest of these slithers here now begin to kind of scatter off in this vicinity, trying to pick up, looks like they're like, their weird little sensors in their head are like looking for, trying to follow what you pointed towards and aren't picking up anything, so we're just kind of like reaching out into the ether to try and pick up whatever scent or sight you're sending them towards. Finishing their go, that's up to you, friend. What are you doing?
Buff, buff. Yeah, I'm still going. I'm still just trying to get them all outside. Like I'm just going crazy. Like, come on, we gotta go.
Okay.
Buff, buff.
All right. So, are you just gonna glide out?
We gotta go. So I'm trying, maybe just like trying to like wiggle next to everybody, like
down the street.
Like I'm just getting excited.
Right.
So I'll start going out the door, but also just like not fully out there, but just kind of still staring back at them. Like, come on.
In the doorway, you mean?
Yeah, in the doorway.
Which way did they go, Jerry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're just trying to like,
come on.
Get over here.
Get over here.
Okay. And you're gonna stay in the door while you're doing that?
No, I'm gonna stay outside a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna go out. So there's room. I'm like, let's go.
Okay, so you drift outside and kind of continue that way. You can see the rest of them are kind of like looking back at you for intent. Eventually, the rest of them. See if the rest of you are kind of waiting for anything to happen at this point.
Yeah, just let things slide.
Slowly, they begin to emerge from the glass works, the jagged edge, and begin to scatter as a group in search of whatever scent you're leading them towards. We'll come to you in a moment. What are the rest of you doing now as you
The
feel...
moment that I feel them be like, all right, cool, leave, door close, I'll drop darkness.
This was a single-story building from the outside as we were approaching it, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
It had like a risen area, but part of it's just like a higher apex, and there's like a massive chimney and a series of like smokestacks kind of emerge from the top of it, where a lot of these furnaces and elements for processing the glass and other materials exhaust out.
Now the darkness is dropped. How does Imogen look? Does she still have a scalp?
Yeah, she looks fairly she looks fairly rough. And to my mind, I mean, in however you wanted to describe it, your instinctual sorcerer capabilities almost try and protect you in ways, and so it still pushes through and still tears you, but you're not like, shredded with hunks of flesh hanging off or anything.
There's just like little arcing sparks of electricity coming off the little bite marks as it's trying to like
Trying to
skin
stitch it.
back together.
Yep.
Oh boy.
I'm going to cast second level Cure Wounds on you. That's 7 plus 4 is 11, plus another 2, 13.
And we heard the place empty out above. There's no sounds left, right?
For the time being, it sounds like it's emptied out.
All right. Or I'm just gonna sneak up and peek out the windows.
Okay. As you sneak up, you can see Zesh is currently like riding one of the tables up and looks over and goes, starts like setting up things, goes over and closes the door, goes and pulls these large swaths of like leather curtain to close the windows, kind of just open windows that are there. There's no glass in the windows themselves. They're left open for ventilation, but the curtains do kind of shutter it in before turning around going,
You all right?
Is she all right? Are you all right?
Not bad. They rough you up.
I've gone through worse. I'm just surprised you managed to... I thought they had found you.
Honestly, same.
Oh, he's a genius.
Darkness came through this time.
It was very resourceful.
She steps over and looks down in the basement and goes like, "You killed one!
Is that okay?
It must be hidden."
We can do that.
Oh, yeah.
We have ways of doing that.
Yeah, let's unroll it.
All right.
Got a knife and fork.
I'm gonna pry a bunch of teeth off of it if I can.
You can indeed, yeah.
Yeah.
Takes you a little bit, but you can manage to.
We have
Yeah.
the whole. It's getting real gross in there. We're gonna have to do something
Yeah,
about
we
it.
gotta
It's
empty
pretty,
out these dead
pretty
I'm not-
gnarly
I'm
in
not
there right
used
now.
How many bodies do we have
Gumbo.
in there? It's like fucking Sweeney Todd in here.
Straight up.
Yes.
Bell cells living up to their name.
We're gonna open the hole one day, and it's gonna be like The Shining, like
Yeah. Yeah.
from just the one blood. Or, yeah.
Wait, what about Fern?
Yeah, I turn to Sash and I
She
say,
can still hear us. She's yeah.
Oh,
Hey, what are you doing? How you doing?
give him a little bit of a.
I'm having the time of my life.
Which coming over to you, Fern. Now you have a troop of 5 Imperium member, or 4 Imperium members, and 1 Vanguard member, and a cluster of 4 other Slithers that are all kind of wandering now through the neighborhood and looking to you for the scent you picked up. The one kind of Sasquatch-looking figure that looks like to be like the one that's kind of guiding them, the one that's kind of whistling and calling them around. It's going, what do you see? Where are we going?
I'm just gonna do that thing where just like I lost the scent.
Make a deception check.
Come on.
This is what I want to do. Shit.
Is that a performance or a deception?
Deception 8.
8. Okay. It was like, what do you mean? Pick it up! And you can, and as it says that, he takes this, it looks like a riding crop. And goes like, whack! On the side.
All right, I'll start moving.
Right. And he just follows, and all of them follow you. You
I'm
continue.
just going a little slow. Shit.
You hear it again on your back, and you feel like kind of the
All
sting.
right. Okay.
You've now led them down about 2 blocks away, and like the open streets of the Clutcher around you.
So if I just see a building, the nearest, whatever I can see building with a door, I'm just gonna take off to it and start like barking and going crazy at the door.
Okay.
Like
You
I
just go-
found the scent.
You dart towards the nearest like closed doorway. The rest of you hear echoing this, like, and the others, like a whole group of terrifying beasts all found their prey. That sort of hunting call of coyotes or wolves that all gather in the distance, kind of echoing down the street edges. And for a brief moment, you're afraid maybe Fern had been found out or something worse. They all rush to the door, and the 4 around you burrow into the ground out of sight in the direction from underneath.
All right, I'm gonna do the same.
You burrow down, and it's like pushing through light mud. It's the resistance isn't strong enough to slow you down. You actually have a fairly fast burrow speed. In fact, a burrow speed of 30 feet. You can burrow as fast as you can hover. You just kind of glide through the ground and rock as it.
All right, I'm gonna try to just burrow just away.
Like you go down.
Yeah.
Go and then
Go
back
away.
the other way.
Yeah.
double back, yeah.
Okay. And you vanish, and eventually cruising on back, I'm gonna say, make a nature check for me.
Make a dig dug check.
You are burrowing in unfamiliar territory with only the basis of a memory of the direction you were traveling.
Rolled a 2, and I have a -1 for nature, so what?
We're on a moon.
You burrow.
We're on a moon. We're on a moon.
You burrow, and you think you're nearby, but it just keeps burrowing.
Oh no.
You're at 5 for Davos. What time is it?
As you kind of carve through, it just continues to go.
Goodbye, baby.
And you're like, it can't be this long. So you kind of double back. And it's just more rock. And you're kind of not sure which way's up, which way's down. You're just pushing in a direction to try and find your way back. You are lost underground.
Oh no!
Can you still talk to us? Is she still close enough that we can hear her?
How the distance on it is anywhere on the plane, right?
Let me look.
Is it miles or is it anywhere?
This is
This is telekinesis, right?
It's the
Or sorry,
telepathic-
telepathy.
yeah.
telepathic bond
There.
says up to 8 creatures. Other
30 feet. Oh no.
can communicate through the bond.
Oh, possible over any distance, though it can't
Over-
extend to other planes.
Yeah,
Great.
over
Okay, great.
any distance.
So yeah, you can hear.
Okay.
Hi, I'm on my way back. I'm just a little lost.
Lost where?
Define
the
the
little.
streets where?
I'm in the dirt. I'm in the ground, and I'm going, like swimming back through the dirt to
And you
but
shoot the rest of them?
I think I lost them, but I don't know. It all looks the same, so I don't know where I am. I'm gonna try to go what I think is up, and then I'll report back.
Wait. If you go up, it might not be up.
Hey, you might be going down.
Maybe,
bubbles.
maybe
Well,
I can find her. I can locate creature.
Oh yeah, if you can ping and then
I could locate her, and then we could like get above her and make a big noise that
And
she
bring
can.
them all towards us.
Yeah.
Can wait an hour and do it.
I'm gonna take. I'm just gonna kind of do like a.
Shaving a
do you
haircut?
feel this? Do you hear this?
Nothing.
Oh fuck.
No,
Not with a 1.
no.
Okay.
All right, I'm. It's fine. I'll take care of it. I'll figure it out.
but how?
I don't know.
Does locate creature so you can kind
Be
of
able
just
to see where she is, so we could probably talk her back.
Oh right.
So you could say like, oh, you're going down now. Come back up.
It's just like our trust exercise that we did back in. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna cast locate creature
All right.
and sort of sense where she is.
Maybe you can be made invisible by somebody, and you guys can just go invisible scouting.
maybe
make
just
Well-
bring her back.
As you finish the spell, you immediately feel, you can sense Fern pretty straight down and a little bit away from the current position where you're standing in the middle of the shop.
Okay, go with the direction that you think is up.
All right. So I'll turn one way and just start going really fast.
You watch her descending rapidly.
Okay, you're going down.
Okay.
So go back the way you
I
came.
think I'm turned around 180. I'll go up again.
Yeah. She's now turning up at a little bit even further away, but now at an upward trajectory.
Okay, that's up, and now shit. She's going down. So go. Can you pull up on the yoke? Can you go?
I think so. I think so.
It takes you a good 20 or so minutes, but eventually,
wow.
but eventually you do manage to maneuver her in a very zigzag pattern.
Can I
You
try
rolled a 1.
The
That was
floor of the,
horrible.
I know. That's amazing. Can I try to at least come through the floor of the?
You do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's basically how it worked. And the reason it takes long is because of that care you're taking. You're having to you don't want to just emerge in the middle of the street near them again to kind of set the whole thing off. So it's slowly, as you get closer and closer, it's now little movements. All right, narrowing it in. All right, and then eventually you push through ever so gently out of the ground.
Oh,
Hi.
Oh my
wow.
goodness.
It is wild going under the ground. I don't know how you do it. You can't even see anything.
You shifted
I mean,
back or
you
no?
can't even-
No, but she can talk. Yeah, she can talk. She can talk telepathically.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're actually doing it. Yeah, that's
I
right.
just like having all these teeth.
We should move. We should move. We should get off this act.
We should go.
Yeah.
Zesh, is there somewhere safe we can go?
There is nowhere safe in this area. Not after all that.
How
Thank
close
you.
are we till sunset? I know dusk was when we were gonna go.
That took a little longer than.
Well, I guess right now, the safest would be here. The purple lightning does not strike twice so quickly. So,
The purple lightning?
Yeah, them, the bad guys.
What's the purple lightning?
Is that how they're called?
the storms you've seen have the purple.
Oh, they have purple lightning.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize
Oh,
they
I
had
didn't
purple
either. I was like,
lightning
what does
here.
that stand for?
Cool.
So we are able to stay here for.
For a bit. I guess for right now, this would be one of the safest because they have turned away from it. Perhaps, but best to be hidden just in case. But you should not stay long. They might be bringing others back to double check.
How much longer till sunset? Duskish. Should roll.
Make a nature check for me as you kind of glance out through the window.
You can also ask.
Well,
Zesh.
I did ask. Zesh,
Oh, yes,
but
that show.
yeah.
Sorry, I thought you were asking the gym. Maybe another couple of hours.
Okay.
But they're moon hours.
So it's like 49 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, since we're killing time, you got some cool shit in here. What is it exactly that you do? And I'm actually just going to start looking at this shit now that clearly we're not being quite as chill.
We are crafters of the Ruidian glass. We make adornments, we make collectibles, we make weaponry, we make whatever can be made from the glass.
Show off my ridiculous hammer.
Might I?
Oh, yes, please.
I have not seen this.
It's the same as this.
This is a very unique.
Thank you.
Looks like it was put together. Separate materials, 2 types.
Quite a few times, but most recently, yeah.
Impressive.
Thank you.
Should you ever want to get rid of it, let me know. I would be interested to work on it myself.
I will keep that in mind.
Yeah, you got a scythe last time.
Yeah.
And you do see, like, there are little spears with, like, glass pointed tips. Kind of like that sort of obsidian, like, chipping to a very, very fine razor edge on a lot of them. You see there are long swords, short swords that are made of, like, glass. Long swords.
Long swords.
No, short swords.
George.
I think you have yours. I put the scythe in your inventory.
Oh, did you? Okay. Ruining glass
Character
scythe.
wielding
Last George.
Long George.
jorks.
The strongest of the glasses, the bits that are mined from the deepest, sometimes have unique properties. And she kind of like looks over and like points to one of the blades on the wall and walks towards it. And as they kind of slit their eyes at it, you watch the glass kind of glow faintly.
What does it do?
I gotta walk over
Fucking,
this thing.
it kind of glows when it's near a Ruidus born or someone of natural, like, psychic ability.
Wait, your scythe?
The one that they're walking over
Have you
towards.
been underground?
When I was younger, it was for a time easier to try and acquire these materials myself, but most of those mines are Imperium controlled, so.
How large is the blade that they're referring to?
The one they were pointing to is a long sword. There's a short sword over there as well. There's also there's like a massive great sword of its type. There's all sorts of tools made from it. Like it's just a material that seems to be abundant and multi-purpose. And to what Zesh has said, in certain situations and certain craft can have occasional benefits.
Just out of curiosity, in addition to the mood ring thing, the mood gem that I was curious about before, could you? I'll whip out my saw blade.
Oh,
This saw blade, very cool. Doesn't do very much damage. Is there a way that you can make a blade like this out of your material?
That is an interesting challenge. You see, like, they look outside the window for a second. She looks back. Let me see what I can do. And puts her hands out towards
I
the
will
blade.
remove it and give it
Carefully
to
sets it down, goes and puts her goggles arrangement on and begins to, like, sketch out what it would look like and kind of begins to go to work.
Good to know. Good to have. Maybe.
Rest, you do anything else?
How much? What do you even sell these for?
Well, we trade for resources, materials. You provided some of that gold material, which is extremely rare here on the surface.
Mm-hmm.
Does not have worth in monetary currency, as I believe you dreamers use, but it does have occasional uses as a softer material.
oh.
What do you use? It's not monetary?
We are what you would call a barter type system.
Okay.
Do you have any interest in? I'll pull out a piece of platinum.
I mean, this is also occasionally useful. Like all metals, some have various strengths, some have purposes based on that softness or hardiness, but nothing quite like the glass.
Do you know
I'm gonna know.
what makes the glass? How it's produced from within the moon?
It's always been here, like all the other minerals. We don't make gold, we do not make platinum, we do not make glass. But we find and we mine it. The only renewable resource we have is bone, and that we get from hunting, from those we've lost.
Does it seem to push out of the ground? Like, grow?
Not to my knowledge. It's just always been there.
Hang on, go back to the bone being a resource thing and getting it from those you've lost.
Hunting.
Hunting? I thought I also heard of those you've lost. But there at the end, kind of brushed over.
Some cultures on this moon remember our ancestors by crafting things from their remains to keep them nearby.
Oh, yeah.
For some, it's a keepsake. For some, it's for protection. For some, it's to protect ourselves.
You use their bones?
You watch as she pulls out this thin stiletto-like blade that is just this sharpened, looks like a femur that's been ground to this fine point. The tip is slightly broken, but has been filed into two separate points with like a groove down the center now. Like it's been broken and then remade in a way that still makes it useful.
I love that. I would absolutely make weapons out of all of your bones.
These ones belong to my father.
I like this. That's interesting. So, what are your death rites? Do you bury people, or is it generally?
We take what is useful, and the rest we let the land reclaim.
Very much like that.
Often it helps us to keep the bane worms away.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, because they eat the corpses. Oh.
The bane worms aren't related to the slithers, right? They're two different burrowy.
Two different creatures.
Okay.
How big are the bane worms? Just like.
Hope you don't find out.
Okay. I figured as much, but just. Is there anything, if we happen upon one, is there anything that you would suggest as a way out, a way to deal with them?
Either don't move or say your prayers.
Comforting. Okay.
Don't move it is.
Copy that.
Is there anything to wear? Is any of this like, I'm digging the vibe, and I'm not really looking for another weapon or otherwise, but boy, I like this stuff. I have these too. I don't know if these are interesting, and I pull out a handful of gems.
Kind of looks them over. These are quite rare. You sure you want to be rid of these?
Well, what's the good of something valuable if you're not doing something with it? So, and all I can do with this is get other valuable things.
You've already come in and destroyed parts of the shop, but then also managed to keep all of our necks above water with the Imperium. And you seem to have strong moralistic intent, and that is important. Most of what we make here is temporary. So, if you see something of use, she reaches over and takes a handful of gems and kind of rolls them in her hands for a second. Take what you need.
May I try the heft of one of these?
But of course.
Norm will take the short sword that is made of this. The color is blue.
It's like a blue-green, almost like a turquoise-ish tint, and kind of changes in the light when you look at it.
This to slowly go through the Zephiratom, yes, in the room, testing the weight of it.
Yeah, it's quite light. At first it feels off balance because the handle is heavier than the blade, but once you kind of get a feel for it, it feels like it has very little resistance at all. and you kind of like flick it. You can feel it kind of vibrate ever so faintly, kind of picking up resonance, the vibration. And it's interesting as you step and like walk, like as you're swinging it, you see it kind of almost glow for a moment. Then you look where it glows. You step a little closer towards Imogen and Fern, and as you step in that radius, that vibration kind of intensifies, and you can see it kind of give that faint glow.
That's good.
So are you?
Just they have those. Like,
It would make killing Imogen so much easier.
yeah.
You know, if we needed to.
Sure,
If we
yeah.
needed to.
I don't have any gems. Have you ever had one of these? And I druid craft a strawberry.
Oh, you're in for a treat.
I immediately draw another one.
We're millionaires.
Start a fruit stand on Rudis.
That is memorable experience, thank you.
How many of those memories would you need for this guy?
Well, your friend's already paid for what you need in here, but I'll take as many as you're willing to give in the time that we have.
You're welcome.
I start to make a basket of strawberries.
I'll help. I'll help you make some strawberries.
You take a strawberry.
Those wands. Do they?
Just like horse apples. Just like,
Pour out the door.
The wands that we've seen people using, do they amplify powers that are already there, or is it just about?
I've only crafted the basis of the tips. The actual the mechanism is beyond my skills, but from what I know, they at least need to be recharged by someone of mental capabilities.
Do I see any type of like tiny, like stiletto daggers, like really tiny?
Yeah, you can see like
a letter opener.
you see one that's a little larger than you'd want, but you think with a little bit of work, you could probably actually like carve it smaller and still be functional.
Take it off the shelf. Chetney, you think you can affix this to Sashimi's hand?
Yes.
Okay.
Like Puppet Master.
Amazing.
I want to give Sashimi bladed hands.
And there are about 5 of those daggers available.
Okay.
If you wanted to grab a couple, or
If we have a few minutes.
yeah, you guys are resting here till dusk, and while staying out of sight, and Zeshwe working on your commission.
Do we have a couple hours here?
Yeah.
I'm on a short rest.
So short rest.
For
And
sure,
also,
short
I
rest.
wrote down from last session, we grabbed a box off of a cart.
You did.
Yes, the
we
silver,
have-
Oh,
silver
yeah.
box or something.
Right.
We
That
have
the
to-
meat hole.
We
That
have to
is-
disarm the magic
It is
on
magically
it. That's
trapped.
right.
you were
That's
gonna.
right. We were gonna do.
Magically locked.
We were gonna do dispel magic,
But we
which
don't wanna do
that's
it.
till tomorrow morning.
We were about
Yes,
to
yes,
do it, and then we heard people above us.
Matt, in addition
Yes.
to putting the blades on sashimi, I'm
I
also
don't have
going to make a
dispel magic.
second
Until
toy.
tomorrow.
It'll take an hour.
Okay, you can do that.
We were gonna try anyway.
I'm looking for either a nice necklace of any kind, preferably. I love those. The black glass is great. Or I also am a glove down because my right glove didn't stop fitting, and so I have not been wearing it. So if there's anything to just start crafting something to wear on my very bare right hand at the moment, which feels weird in general.
What you do, they don't make like attire here, but as part of one of the glass forges, there is a massive leather, like thick leather gauntlet that is used for reaching into and out of the furnace. It's like blackened and burned from like years of use, and it looks like it's. There are other pairs that have since been utilized, or brought to here that look like they're ready to use. There's one that looks like it's kind of on its last legs that could be possibly affixed to your gloved hand or to your rock hand if you wanted to.
Yeah, I wanna do it up a little bit, but since kind of already got the vibe.
There is leather working here then as well.
There's minimal leather work done here. It's mainly just like finishing off and affixing finished glass here. Most materials here are for glass work intentionally.
Zesh, do you have a sheath of leather for this blade?
Sheaths I do not have, but you could maybe find one, maybe take one. You seem to be very good at getting into trouble. And there is always things that can be recovered if you survive trouble.
Do we have any leather in the hole?
Give it a couple weeks and there will be.
You probably have some clothes, though. What?
I'll also
Aren't
say
they wearing
there's,
some clothing?
In a couple weeks, it will be.
in the meantime, it's not insane to get something made out of wood, which is very doable. Wooden sheaths are not unheard of. I've seen a couple
making
before.
a toy.
Could you make a wooden sheath?
Yes, indeed. I could just make a standard sheath, or I could make a contour to a part of your body. It would just take a little extra time.
And do you have enough wood to do that? You need enough wood to make these toys that we're going to give as bribes, right?
Yes, but I've been making them very small. It doesn't take much to create excellence.
Now remember, though, when we get over there, part of your mission is to bribe our friend, but also the other part of your mission is to establish an entity named Chetney Claus who lives on the moon and who gives presents to all the good boys and girls.
Chetney Claus, like a legal disclaimer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a warning.
Okay. Chetney Claus.
Just like Tim Allen.
Setting up
It's the Chetney
franchises.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit him up for a necklace with some nice little black glass hooks, and then probably a couple things for my ear, and then a few things to.
She can definitely do that. Like
Yeah,
there's plenty of loose
playing.
glass, and you can see that a lot of it has been like practice shaped. There are just kind of loose pebbles of glass, elements that have been sheared off bigger pieces, and that, as you know, cast off can be easily carved and made
I'm
shapes.
using the bag that the gems came in to just grab a few pieces
Okay,
of glass.
no worries. Yeah, easy enough to do so.
And if
Excellent.
there's a way to do it, if it might require some self-examination, but I would love to affix a piece of glass on my chest that sort of shows my general mood.
Yeah. Your
Like
mood
a
gem.
mood glass.
Yeah, in fact, how wide were those? Did we get a bunch of daggers? Is that what they were?
Yeah, they were a bunch of little daggers.
Are they about an inch, 2 inch thick? Like how broad is the blade?
The dagger is about 3.5 inches long, but it can be flecked down. Like a lot of the glass has been kind of, kind of bashed at the edges to create the fine point.
But in width, super wide.
Oh, the wide? No, it's pretty thin.
Oh yeah, I'll actually get to work and I'll use a file to create just a slit through a piece of wood, and then I'll create like a little belt loop, second edge on it, so you can actually affix your holster wherever.
Oh, nice.
Cool. All right.
Like a lowercase g.
Yes, Fern?
Yes, could you give me that silver box?
Silver box. Yes.
Take it down into the cellar, just in case.
Well, she's got to spell.
I know, but just in
Oh,
case.
just in case.
All right, I'm gonna go down there, just in case anything happens. I'll go down there so nobody gets hurt.
How far away from it can you be in order
I can
to
be pretty
spell it?
far.
So maybe we set it on its own and then you do that.
Great idea.
And do your thing from the top of the ladder.
Yeah.
Do my little fiddling from there. Okay.
Are we really okay?
I'm gonna put the silver box down there.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back up and I'm gonna dispel magic on it.
Okay.
Is anyone watching the front door?
Nope.
I'll go
Yeah,
watch
no,
the
I
front
mean,
door.
we would be.
I imagine you guys have all been kind of taking turns looking through the windows to see if any of the guardians
Maybe
come
you.
back.
We can say, because there's something I want to do. Orem has taken off his shirt, his armor, and I'm using
Whoa.
Druidcraft to slowly
Wow.
time
weave
to
little
work out.
tendrils
No
of
need to brag.
vine
Talk about
alongside
chisel.
my other sheath,
Okay.
so that I have a plant grasp for this second blade to go right alongside the other one, and I'm just doing that and looking out the window.
I'm gonna
Okay.
use prestidigitation to make dun 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 dun.
Oh yeah.
Certainly.
Natural 20. Oh. So that's a 30, whatever my passive is.
It's enough.
31.
You can grow your own grip too on it. You can actually like let someone trellis up that thing. That'd be
You
great.
keeping a pretty vigilant eye as the coloration of the kind of hazy red dusted sky gets darker and darker, shifting to an evening purple before the moon sunset begins to take the horizon. Occasionally you see a few figures like scooting by, none that catch your worry. You do see that troop that first came to this shop and hear the odd baying of the slithers, but they seem to be just encircling the perimeter of this section of the clutch and finishing out their kind of building by building pass. They seem to have bought your ruse for the time being, though they're down one slither and a bit worried. One of them just vanished.
I occasionally eat a strawberry.
Trishy Scribble.
Trishy Scriball.
Trisha.
Center of the city last time, right?
Yep. Still sitting in the center of the city, but shifting and moving. No proximity yet. As the sunset begins to crawl near, the sound of grinding and shifting towards the back of the glass forge, you see Zesh working on both your saw and shaping some sort of a glass piece, smoothing it, until eventually you see her procure this beautiful little oval, polished glass element. Turns to you, and working together ends up loosely fixing it into your breastplate. To make it stay, she has to kind of shape the space inside, which is a bit of hammering to make the space. It's a bit of an uncomfortable experience, but eventually gets to fit it inside. And indeed, you have this kind of central gem now that sits in a way that complements your chest adornment.
It's purple. What does that mean?
It's like right here. It's pretty.
It's like moving on its
that's
own.
it.
It's
Oh,
creepy.
there it is. It's pretty rough right now.
Colorblind issues happening.
What do we do? How do we make that stop? How do we make you back to green or blue?
Reset or power down?
Zesh also lifts this blade. It has less teeth on it. It's almost like there are 6 major kind of, saw teeth along the outside, but they are incredibly jagged, like 6 hooked shark fins just in a row around. And it has that sort of imperfect kind of, natural glass texture to the outside. You worry if it'll even work, but as soon as she hands it over to you and you see where it bolts in similar, she studied very well the device that you affixed to your arm and kind of did the best she could to make something function. She hands it to you. Don't rightly understand how this functions with you, but this is the best approximation I can do with the time that was given.
All right, I'm gonna spin it up.
At first, it kind of wobbles as it spins up, makes this kind of high noise, and then eventually, it hits that perfect smooth bit when it moves fast enough.
You need anything cut in half?
And just reflexively, I'll throw like a junk piece of like a square chunk of wood and just toss it up like a baseball.
It just cuts through it clean.
It's just sawdust in the air.
How assisted woodworking can feel like.
Yeah, that's right. I could just sit here and you could just use me. Like, you could just... use me as a table saw.
It's pretty great.
It's about this time that you see Zesh kind of looking through the window. It's about dusk. If you're going to make this happen, do it soon before the next watch takes over.
Which way is it?
She points out towards not the direct center of the clutch, but kind of on what would be the left, further on the left. You can see amongst the dozen or so main towers that poke out into the banners. There's one that kind of rises above them all, this thin needle point of a tower that has a number of kind of banners that kind of drift and flow with the wind behind it as it goes. That one. That is the overspoke. You'll find Erot there, likely for the next hour or so, so hurry. And good luck.
Did we want to do the box right
Yeah,
now?
do the box, do the box.
Right. So, at this point, you're finishing up, you cast Dispel Magic. There's a flash of runes, like this network of rune-like webbing that kind of appears around it, brightens, and then just seems like shatters, like magical dust that then just flitters away, leaving it dull and dark.
Okay, I'll grab it. I think it's gone.
Want to open it?
Chet, you want to take a look at it really quick
Chet.
to make sure that
It was locked last time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does it have any traps? Check for traps still. What if there's a regular trap?
No, I don't want to.
Go ahead and roll your thieves' tools to do the physical lock on it as well.
Guidance.
That's a what?
Nailed it.
Is it a D4?
D4.
Yeah, it's a D4.
Natural 19 plus 1 is 20 plus 11 is 31.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
I built a lockpick.
Yeah, you did. The DC on this was 25. You find this lock, and it's a very intricate lock, and you can see it. It's designed to ensure that very few people can get into this through physical means, which is why the magical lock on top of it was just kind of a fail-safe. But as you finish and pick the point, you hear the spring snap, and it kind of the latch, because it's a built-in lock. It's not like a hanging one. It's built into the box. Like ends up getting stuck and pulls open, and the lid opens up. The interior is about maybe 2 feet by 2 feet. This box, and just wedged in there, just with almost no room left, there is something wrapped in like a dark velvet.
It's a baby.
It's a head.
Even though it's open and it's wrapped in velvet.
What's in the box?
Can I just
Jonzo has
look
the
for
upper hand.
any additional secondary traps inside?
Sure. Make an investigation
Just
check
in
for me.
case.
Oh, good idea.
Very good.
17.
17. You don't sense any other traps.
What is it?
You pull back the velvet, and you see this. You can only say it's beautiful in its simplicity. This odd device. It's this kind of strange, almost hexagonal-like.
Fucker.
No.
Sorry. Carry on.
I don't. Hold on.
Fascinated
Okay.
with you.
Apparently, no. This hexagonal device with like grooves and kind of runic markings along the interior. You've seen and destroyed contraptions kind of like this at the base of the Malleus Key, that were causing those like bursts of dispel in the vicinity. But those were like rougher. This is refined. This looks beautiful. It looks almost like arcane creation and art come together, and you've not quite seen anything like this. And even all of your travels and all of your research, there's something about this that is wholly alien to your eye, except for some similarities to some of the arcane devices that you had encountered around the base of the Malleus Key.
Now, is it mirrored? Like mirrored or polished shine?
Elements of it look polished. Other parts look like they've been kind of a little roughed up. Like the part that you see is beautiful, but you can see there's like some aging, there's some damage on the edges and corners. Like it's either had a rough journey here or it's maybe old. You're not sure.
How big is it?
It's about this big. Like
It's
the box.
hexagonal.
Yeah. From what you can see on top, it's just inside. It has like an hexagonal shape.
And the ones at the bottom of the Malleus Key, they dispelled magic? Wait, what?
Yeah.
They were sending out pulses.
How about
Pulses that
this?
dispel.
I'll reach in and I'll try to lift it out of the box.
It is extremely heavy, but you're a fairly strong
You bet your
gnome,
ass.
and you pull it up, and as you do, you can see the top of it is almost like a shelf. As you pull it up underneath, there's all manner of, like, it almost reduces into like coils and additional bits of runic configurations around it. As you pull it free and lift it up, the rest of you see, like, it's not elven, but there's definitely like arcane design to it.
Can I read the runes with my eyes of the rune keeper?
Indeed. This would be a very, very strong piece of abjuration magic. It looks like... Make an investigation check for me.
Guy.
Okay. Okay.
I held it up and I aim it at Ashton.
Like, yeah, it's right.
I'll take it.
Hold on.
Sure. Okay. Guidance.
It's national lead.
You always gotta test it on the barbarians.
Yeah. True. Cocked. Natural 20.
Yes, ma'am.
Natural 20 for a total of...
22
Okay.
with my 1 that I rolled on guidance.
This is... Okay. This is part of something. It is not a whole piece. This is a section of very strong abjuration magic. It looks like it is... It's not about protective abjuration magic, it's about disrupting abjuration magic.
So open it up for seal.
Wake him up. This is to help wake him up.
Don't wake Daddy.
Whatever's got him locked.
It's not constructed. The more you look at it, this looks very old, and a lot of the runes along the sides of this, you've only seen in one other place. In the inside of Imahara Joe's shop, when hanging on a chain hook, your friend FCG was laid bare, and you realize this is likely Aeorn technology. And we're gonna go to break. So we'll come back here.
Mama?
We'll come back here in a few moments and pick up at the second half here and whatever transpires from there. So, see you here shortly.
Trackless wilds, forbidden strongholds, incredible treasures. Wherever your imagination takes you, Cheipeku has you covered. Bring your adventures to life with over 5,000 stunning hand-drawn battle maps. Each map includes variations for time of day, weather, and mood. Face off against big bads in epic boss battle surroundings. Immerse your players and level up your campaigns with beautifully animated maps. Jump straight into the action. Our VTT-ready maps come with walls, lighting, and fog of war set up for you. Subscribe on Patreon now. Your next adventure starts with Cheipeku.
Delve into a new tabletop role-playing game of investigative horror with the Candela Obscura core rulebook using the Illuminated World system by Darrington Press. Roam the turn-of-the-century-inspired setting of the Fairlands, including the bustling city of New Fair and the ancient ruins of Old Fair below. Assemble a circle of investigators within the paranormal secret society of Candela Obscura. You'll analyze strange and horrifying events, fight back against dangerous phenomena, and contain the bleed that spreads from corruptive magic. Choose from 10 custom character sheets to empower your investigations and explorations. Use tactical intuition and brawn with the soldier specialty. Use your charm with finesse and flair as the magician specialty, or study and practice mystical arts as an occultist. Explore districts of New Fair, competing organizations, 4 full assignments, and dozens of example assignments to inspire you. If you choose to brave the role of Game Master, this guide contains everything needed to pave the way for your Candela Obscura investigators. Offered in both a standard edition as well as an ornate limited edition for collectors, the Candela Obscura core rulebook contains 204 art-filled pages, including maps, items, immersive notes, mysteries, and plenty more to power your very own story. Keep this tome close, for the knowledge obtained may be the key to protecting you, your allies, and the Fairlands.
Hey critters, Laura Bailey here to guide you through what's new in the Critical Role shop.
Oh, so comfy cozy.
I mean, the traveler always says impulse purchases are a good decision.
Style should never be a dumpster, darling.
Could anything be more perfect?
Ooh, look
Look at this. Look at the details. Ooh. Look at this. Isn't it fashion? So much fashion happening here.
This is a lot of stuff, you guys. We have like so many cool things right now. And hey, if you want, you could head over to the Critical Role shop right now.
Catastrophe lies at the edge of the vast chasm for any circle daring enough to tempt fate. Though when stakes are high, great risk is a calculation worth taking. A long-lost and dangerous relic has surfaced from the depths of time. The assignment we've handed to our investigators is simple. Parley with the dealer, recover the artifact, and return to the Pharos. But a circle is at its most vulnerable when a threat is underestimated. And for those lucky enough to return home, serenity awaits. The Circle of the Crimson Mirror, assignment number 4149, Seeking Serenity.
For the third and final season of Midst? We certainly are.
Some of you have been waiting a very long time.
Good news. The wait is almost over.
Midst, man. What the heck?
A lot of questionable characters doing incredibly problematic things to each other in a series of increasingly insane, escalating circumstances while struggling to follow their warped moral compasses and do what they think is hopefully the right thing.
Can the trust get worse somehow? Can Phineas get less worse?
How much longer can Lark outrun her past?
Are there any objectively good guys in this story, other than Marquet?
How can any of these threads possibly be resolved with only one more season to go?
And we still don't even know what happened with that dang moon.
Are we ever gonna get some answers?
Yes. As a matter of fact, we will.
The third and final season of Midst unfolds February 14th.
Listen to the pure sound experience anywhere you stream podcasts, or watch illustrated video episodes on the Critical Role YouTube channel.
In the meantime, you can follow us at Midst Podcast or join the fold on midst.co to get early access to episodes, behind-the-scenes bonus content, music downloads, digital artwork, and more.
Everything's been leading to this.
We'll be with you to the end.
Do you trust us?
Mistletoe thought she had it all.
As you can plainly see, sales are up 7%.
But when she finds herself back in her hometown for a very special holiday,
I can't believe I have to come back to my hometown. It's so provincial. Seamus? Seamus of Shamrock? I didn't know you still lived here. You own and operate a small, charming coffee and pastry shop?
Only when I'm not raising horses.
she'll discover just how much her life was missing.
Has anyone ever told you you're a really good baker?
Has anyone ever told you you're more adorable than the custom emotes you can use in Critical Role's professionally moderated chat with a Twitch subscription? Happy Valentine's Day.
This holiday season, or that holiday season, or whatever holiday season it might be.
What is it?
Void Tech is going to foreclose on the horse ranch.
I can't do that. Not on the 4th of July. With the proceeds from our wholesome Halloween haunted house, we can raise enough money to save the horse ranch from your greedy company, Mr. Fatstacks.
Damn you, Mistletoe! If it hadn't been for your big city business savvy, I would have been able to fool those small town provincial bumpkins.
We may be provincial, but we have values. Like watching episodes of Critical Role before they go on YouTube with a Twitch subscription.
Fiddle faddle!
Stand up and celebrate.
Eat my feelings.
Make every day a holiday.
Oh, okay. Boop. No.
And give the gift of love.
Is this?
A subscription to Critical Role. I can gift those with my Twitch subscription to Critical Role.
Yes?
Laura Bailey is Holly Mistletoe.
Don't be violent. That's not romantic.
Travis Willingham is Seamus O'Shamrock. And featuring Sam Riegel as Maximilian Fatstacks in A Holiday Subscription for Love, The Ballad of Mistletoes and Shamrocks, Part 2.
And welcome back. All right, so as as you've been set on your path this evening, you have your equipment that you've gathered, your materials that you requested, and it looks like dusk is upon Criveris. Those of you who got glass weaponry, you can put those into your I put some of it in inventory during the break. You can see the general benefits of it are.
Oh, you put it in there?
Well, I put it in the. You can put it on your character sheet, but you put Ruidian glass, like dagger, short sword,
Cool.
buzzsaw,
Cool. This is awesome.
scythe. But yeah, essentially it's it critically hits on a 18 to 20. But every time you crit, you have to roll, and on a 1 to 6, it shatters and is destroyed because it's glass. And it has some benefits if it's in the radius of somebody with psychic natural ability.
Some benefits, like it upgrades it.
It gets a little boost.
Yeah.
They are psychically resonant.
It like dampens their intelligence.
So wait, if y'all are near me with it, then it's gonna
it's
fuck
more
up my
likely
spells.
No, it's more likely to hit our target, and also if we do hit, then that target has disadvantage on some saving.
Yeah, that's redirected at you.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
But does that mean that
if they hit you with one,
since we're almost always in proximity to Mojin, that it's always amped up?
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you move outside of the
Pretty much.
radius.
Right. All right.
But you also aren't the only ones with these weapons.
Sure.
All right. Zesh kind of begins to usher you out into the evening.
Oh, wait, the piece.
Yeah.
The Aeorian piece, we should put it in the bag of holding or the hole or something. I mean, it's like...
One is certain that we
it's a
put
chunk.
it into the...
It will not fit in the bag of holding.
And just because it's sort of familiar-ish, well, it looks like some of my circuitry. I'm just gonna inspect it a little bit and see if there's anything, I don't know, anything that I sense or can glean from
Make
it.
an Arcana check.
An Arcana check.
We'll get the hole unfolded.
Oh, we are.
Guidance myself.
There you go.
That's how we got it out in the
Self-guidance.
first place.
Ooh. Come on, where's the D4s?
That thing, seriously.
Oh, here it is. Okay, Arcana. 22.
22. Okay. Between what Laudna had gleaned originally and you kind of jumping off of that point as well, indeed, this is a type of abjuration that is kind of reversed the intent of a lot of abjuration magical protective networks. Instead, it kind of is intended to interface with and scramble other types of magic that might exist out there. You know, kind of like that dispel wave sort of technology you saw before. This one kind of, it looks like it has the intent to diminish or prevent or interrupt some other kind of magic.
Some sort of disruptor. I mean, what?
You might have to find somebody with a stronger knowledge of Arcana to get more details.
You need to find someone.
I need to find a robot man.
I mean, we know who robots.
We know a couple.
We know a few robots.
Finally.
I hand out the little
Finally,
dagger
I'm gonna get
sheath
the D.
for everybody.
We each get a dagger?
The little dagger sheath. It's just like a little
dagger
clip. Yeah, so if you want to keep it
Shagger
on
D.
outside your person,
Shagger
you
D.
can. So that if you keep it on your hip, and that way one of them starts to glow.
Do we all have
love it.
shaggers? Do we all have
Now,
shaggers?
interesting point. These always glow in the radius of Imogen and Fern.
How close do they have to be to us in order?
60 feet.
60 feet.
So like
if we're
my
wearing-
buzzsaw is glowing all the time now?
Faintly. It's not like a massive bright light, but it just give a faint glow to it.
So if we have a Shaggerdeeth,
Well, it doesn't
it's
really give us
glowing
away.
on us at all times?
Yeah.
Doesn't give us away.
Yeah, remember like Roy Lawrence that
like
have the
this.
stuff, their stuff.
Theirs is
glows
all
all the
glowing too.
Matt, I don't know where I got it, but in my inventory it says that I have a black negligee.
Yeah.
I don't know where I got this in the campaign.
It was supposed to be a surprise.
Happy ninth
What?
I guess we found it somewhere. But I'm just gonna kind of wrap
9 years lingerie.
wrap up my buzzsaw in a
Black
teddy.
negligee?
Yep.
So
checks out.
So it doesn't
little
glow.
camo wrap.
Yeah.
Little ghillie suit.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm not going to say easily done, but done nevertheless.
Little lacy ghillie.
Eyeing your buzzsaw now.
So Madonna.
I want to see the art. A bra wrapped around FTV's hand.
Little black lacy number. Little teddy.
And it's shredded.
Priceless.
There's like parentheses next to the title. Oh my god.
Out into the night?
Out into the
Oh,
night.
yeah, we gotta go to the tower. Okay.
Everything that's iffy is in the hole now.
As you guys are all gathering to the front, Zesh goes, good luck. If you are to help the Volition, you'll need it. And if all else goes well, maybe we won't see each other again.
That's fair. Thank you for all your help.
Make sure it was not in vain. And kind of like pushes you out the door, closes it, locks it, bolts it.
We're rocking our Vanguard looks still?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pass without a trace.
Pass without a trace.
So that we
Thank
just
you.
blend in a little
Yep,
bit.
great idea.
All right, we head towards the
How about
tower.
that Trishy Scryball?
Still below you, somewhere beneath.
Like in the same central location?
More or less. You know, the ball doesn't have, extreme GPS coordinates, but you can kind of gauge, much like you were with Fern Lost in the Rock, you can kind of gauge where the placement is from the center of the sphere from where the target is from you, and she's kind of below and a little bit left.
Make sure you update that OS when we sleep.
It doesn't give you the address until you book the Airbnb.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the
Turn it
one.
on and off again. I'm gonna just kind of keep checking it, and especially as we're moving towards the tower, want to see if we're moving towards her or away.
Okay, fair enough.
She's super deep. It's not going to change a lot. If she's
No.
higher up,
Which
it
is,
will.
will still be good to know.
All right. Trekking through the street, are you darting from shadowy corner to shadowy corner, or are you walking with confidence as Vanguard members?
Confidence.
Yeah, because
so.
do they have... Could we gather when we were listening in on those others? We didn't hear much of the conversation, but did it sound like they had descriptions of us, or they just knew it was a group?
You only picked up bits of the conversation, and you didn't hear anything about descriptions.
I heard something like three of them at one point.
Oh, well, we killed 3 of them.
Three of them.
Yeah. So you're uncertain.
Okay.
But if you're all walking with confidence, I'd like a group deception check, please.
Group deception.
Really? Oh boy, this is not going to go well. Please, please. I was going to say, are we not doing stealth really?
For this one, just deception.
This is going to be
Mind you,
suck on my
it's
hand.
not a high DC, but mix it up a little bit since we're not doing the stealthy approach necessarily.
Nice.
All right, so across the board here we got
6.
All right.
20.
Alrighty.
15.
15.
13.
Alrighty.
Natural 20. For 29. All right.
Dang.
18.
18.
4.
All right.
I warned you.
Far.
You aren't bothered by anybody that crosses your path, and few do. At this point, there is no sign of a storm, and it's actually a beautifully clear night. The stars are out, and you can see a number of the people of Kaluma Creveris have come out here to look at the stars. You can see shifting shapes, and you immediately go defensive, but as you watch, you can see some of the families of this poorer, more destitute region of the city kind of come out in clusters and kind of light little fires and kind of look up to the sky, many of them kind of glancing up at the massive blue promise that lays now bound above them. It's beautiful, but also oddly solemn, not quite certain what the blue promise is promised to these many people, or if they're even part of what the Imperium's interests are. But they seem to be finding the moments of happiness they have, and while your initial impressions of the Rylorans and the people of this moon were militant and dangerous, here you're reminded that every people is not a monolith, and there is a lot of complication and, for lack of a better term, humanity here in this desolate space of the moon as well. It makes you miss home a little bit. Using the description from Zesh, you eventually weave through the clutch and come to the base of a structure that has, looks like 3 different tiers of clustered homesteads along this tower with a kind of outer spiral staircase that just winds up, and you can see there are all manner of these tight stretched banners and bridge walkways that connect to other rooftops and nearby smaller towers that you can certainly attempt to ascend. It looks like there are 3 posted guards along the base that are just kind of walking, patrolling, and at the very top, it's like the tiniest little crow's nest where you can see those like banners are flapping in the light breeze. Right now, there's no storm to give you any cover, but also with the lack of dangerous weather, there's a peace and an almost sense of a lack of danger in the moment. What would you like to do?
Did we get a description of what Aerot looked like, or?
No.
Tower guard.
That probably would have been smart.
Turncoat. Overspoke. That's all I wrote down.
And yeah, what the purpose of this tower
Is so we can get a look at the.
I know why we want it, but,
Oh.
but what does the tower serve? What's its purpose? Did we get, were we, was that explained to us?
Best that you know is it's a military watch point for the Dominion of Kruth.
So, if we want to try to talk, we have to convince them that the group of us need to ascend a security tower.
And Aerot is the one that's blocking the way, right? So, is there a guard at the bottom?
Yeah, 2 or 3, you said?
Yeah, there's 2 kind of near the bottom that are patrolling, and there's one that's halfway up that's kind of walking around the kind of, it's almost like a central disc balcony that surrounds the exterior of it, and you can see they're just kind of just walking around and keeping watch.
So we either need to do some really good convincing or some quiet takedowns.
Convincing would be better. Who's convincing? I mean, Chetney's bribing, right?
Oh yeah, with the gift.
Yeah.
That's at the that's at the end.
Doesn't hurt to just go up and ask for Aerot and see if we
Sure.
can.
All of us, or just a couple?
I can walk up.
Okay.
Sure.
Guidance.
Thanks.
And in fact, I actually don't need to present the toy. You could present it.
Oh, I could?
Mm-hmm. Just
You're-
keep.
You're Chetney Claus.
Yeah, Chetney Claus with a Z. But just keep it under this piece of fabric before you give it to him.
All right, I'll just put it in the fabric in my pouch.
Don't look at it.
But also,
All right.
when you give it to him, say that Chetney Claus gave it to you.
Sure,
And he's a jolly old elf.
Sure,
And
Chetney Claus. That's the most important part of all this.
Plus, he sees you when you're sleeping. He sees you when you're awake and when you're doing other things by yourself that you could do with a partner.
Chetney Claus only looks at you when you masturbate.
It is Jesus.
I will also note.
So when you're masturbating, does that mean?
I see.
I'll say at these dusk hours, the light is minimal. It's not quite full nighttime yet, but even from that vantage point, somebody who has keen vision or somebody who can acquire keen vision under darker circumstances would also be helpful.
Oh. You can see in the dark.
I can.
Come with me.
All right. Ooh, but
maybe
this is going to be so romantic.
I know, it's kind of like a little date. We haven't got one of these.
I know,
Yeah.
not in so long.
All right, so who's going up?
Me and Lavna.
2 of you?
Sure.
Okay. So the rest of you are just kind of hanging back, playing Sentinel here toward a little ways off from the base of the tower?
Yeah.
No, keep going.
Yeah?
Okay. The rest of you kind of post up out of the way. The 2 of you. Any preparation before you approach?
I've guided her.
Uh-huh.
Do you want me to pate with us or no?
It's a good idea. I'll tell Pate to go invisible and stay with them, so I have eyes down here.
Maybe if it comes to talking, if this Aerot is...
That's what I'm just going to stare at you.
If you tell middle person, that he's expecting you and you have the delivery, maybe that'll send the message.
Who's expecting me? Okay. Sure. I'll walk up to the person in front of the door.
Okay.
At the entrance? Is there someone at the entrance?
You do not see a door entrance to this tower. There's an outer kind of spiral staircase that
Oh, I
curls
was
at the
thinking
center,
the
and there
stairs.
are like layers and platforms kind of climb up from there that have banners and bridges that kind of pour off of it.
It's a tower playset.
All right, so we can start making our way up the stairs.
As you approach the base of the steps, one of the patrols comes up to you and immediately kind of like comes up in a huff. You can see they are having these kind of heavier gray robes that are wrapped around them. And at first, they look like they're kind of lost in them, like they're a little too big for their size. And you realize this is a younger Rylorn. They're less elongated, and the crest on the head is a little shorter. And you see this is probably like a newer recruit, probably in your early 20s or so, runs up and kind of looks at you a little wide-eyed for a second with recognition, and just speaks into your mind like, I didn't realize you were coming.
Yes, I need to get to the top.
Of course. Make a deception check.
Come on.
So cool. Realize Colm.
And you have guidance.
Guidance.
You have advantage on this. Of course you have advantage on this. You look kind of like your mom.
Okay. Guidance. Wait, where's my 4s? Where's my damn 4s? There's one.
Okay.
Oh. Wow, I missed that. Okay. 18.
18, okay.
Oh, that was such a better roll than what I
Well, 18. Kind of like steps aside and kind of you can kind of sense the dark eyes kind of looking at you out of the corner. Kind of.
In his head, he's going to hear, "Stop looking at me."
And I'm just gonna kind of fall into this role like I'm her bodyguard.
Yeah, doesn't even acknowledge you. It's
Great.
just kind of loudly swallows as you begin to ascend the steps, kind of curving around. The second patrol on the second bit kind of hears the footsteps and begins to walk over, approach, and you hear off the side, psst, looks over the side, and the first guy goes like, looks over and sees you both approach, gives an acknowledged nod, and then kind of steps away towards the edge of the tower and looks up at you as you both walk by.
In your head, you hear, "How long do you think we'll be able to keep this up?"
As long as it serves us, I hope.
All right.
The mom is really important.
Yeah, I've gathered.
Okay.
You ascend the ever-climbing tower, and it becomes kind of this perpetual spiral that begins to grow kind of exhausting. At a certain point, you've now climbed 7 or 8 stories of just spiral stairs, and you feel a sweat beginning to creep into your robes. As much as the temperature gets much colder here at night, like it's quite a heavy drop in temperature, you still find yourself hot from just exertion of getting up to the top. But eventually you kind of clamber towards the final bit of that tip where you can see the basket-like crow's nest peak of the overspoke sits. And there's the singular point goes to like an actual like spike point to the very top. As you approach, you can see those kind of blue glass lanterns that are affixed throughout the city that you see occasionally like hanging from places. They're dull, but as you step underneath them and get within a certain radius, they glow. And you immediately begin to get the sense that maybe these lanterns are proximity-based. As soon as they glow, a voice goes into not the air around you, but the minds of both of you. Hello? Who's there?
Aerot?
Yes? And you kind of look up and you can see over the edge there's someone kind of looking over down at both of you.
What does he look like?
From what you can tell at a quick glance, Rylorn looks a little hunched, kind of lanky looking. Looks like he's carrying some sort of like a book in one hand that's just kind of like clutched in an arm, and has like straps and what looks like a heavy spyglass and like a walking stick kind of leaning up the edge. Someone who's posted in solitary watch over the highest tower in the city and is like unexpected an arrival.
I need access.
What for?
It's none of your business.
It gives you a look. Make a deception check.
Come on.
Do we even need the toy?
I know. We could
Was it advantage?
Not for this guy. This guy's a little more discerning.
The toy's already working.
Okay. 25.
25. Of course, I
Bless you.
Stop it.
I serve the Imperium. And he like closes the book, quickly hides it, and like takes the walking stick and stands up and kind of slips to the side as you both continue to ascend the steps till you get to the peak of the interior where he is, and he just kind of stands there.
With my back to
Big,
him.
like, toothy grin.
As we look out, he's gonna hear in his head, Aerot, this is nobody's business but ours.
Kind of gives you like a keen turn to the head. Of course.
And I'll just turn my back and look out. We're looking for, I don't even know what the fuck we're looking for.
Look for a purple house.
Purple house. We're looking for, oh, it's dark. How are we gonna find purple when it's, okay, great.
To remind her the point of the mission.
Now, I need.
I'm just trying to get us up here.
Interesting point. Dark vision doesn't have a lot of strong color. It's a lot of gray scales and stuff. So it's not impossible because it's not night. Well, but what I'm saying is you have a lower DC than most to see it.
Okay.
But even so, you're here. You're the highest point. You have this massive city around you. What are you just gonna glance over the edge and look around?
Yeah, we're trying to find purple fabric, right?
Yeah.
Deep purple paint, I think.
Can we, I don't want to lean over the edge. Can we stand back from the edge so that we're not like, if you look up, you don't see us?
Sure.
You have a fucking spyglass.
Fern has one.
You did see one hanging around the neck of Aerot.
Oh. Okay. Aerot,
Mm-hmm.
I need your spyglass.
Of course. Lifts it off, and it's this like long, looks almost like a scroll case that's segmented. And as he kind of like hands it over to you,
I'm just gonna use my telekinetic hand to just pull it over to me and
Sick.
and hand it over to you.
Interesting point of order too. Aerot seems much more tactile than other members of the Imperium that you notice. Many just kind of they lord their psychic whims with almost an air of superiority. He seems much more tactile and kind of like hands it over to you.
He's reading a book. I like him.
No, I like him too. All right. I'm gonna do a scan. I'm gonna try and knowing that the Volition is gonna be like on the outskirts. I'm gonna try and go far and see if I find something that looks like this on the outer rings.
Sure. All right. Now, it's going to take a little bit of time to do this, but you can continue to like do a pass. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Is he
I'm glad I got advantage on all this shit because I sucked in a ring.
While she's looking, I'm just gonna turn around and stare at him, so I can see what he's doing.
Is he reading a Ryloran translation of Tuscaloosa, by the way?
Oh my god. Or the Trials and Tribulations.
It's been localized.
24.
It says Tusk Romance. It's, didn't quite make the full translation over here.
Teeth romance.
Yeah, a lot of interpretive, dream-based recollections.
Real nail biter.
24. 24 is great.
18.
Within 3 minutes of doing a scan, like many of the banners here, a lot of the color is just washed away from sunlight, from dust and storms, and a lot of Caelumacraveris, the surface city, has this kind of just dull reds and browns and grays to it, just kind of washed over with time to where there's not a lot of color that pops, which does make it easier to catch your attention to what looks like a single purple flag. Tiny little flag that's off in the outskirts by this like massive, what looks like a pile of freshly excavated red and brown dirt. You can see what looks to be some sort of a metallic gate that's pressed into part of the rock wall on what would be the far right-hand side of the city's encased like crown of mountain range that the valley it sits in. But you can see this little flutter of purple flag that kind of drifts in that area.
I think I found it. And I pass the spyglass over to Imogen and kind of like guide to see if she sees what I see. Wait, it's a little heavy in the front. Hang on. You're
Turn it around. Turn it around.
Everything looks smaller.
Yeah. I can't see anything.
It takes a moment to find it, and you do figure it out. And at first you just want to make sure to compare contrast, so you kind of scan other areas to make sure there isn't like other purple that's bright or anything. But indeed there's, like, you find flecks of color out there, but a lot of it's muted with time and erosion. Indeed, this does stand out.
Great.
Not to a distractingly beacon-like degree, like, look here, but definitely kind of seems to bear the symbol you're looking for.
And can we see a path to it from where we are, the roads we would need to take?
Yeah, you can glance down and kind of see the shortest paths, the safest paths, the most hidden paths. You have different options at your disposal.
Great.
All right, I guess we got what we need.
We head back down, right?
Did you give him a present?
We don't even need to.
No, save it.
But Jenny Claus.
Don't.
You have to start the myth.
We already have with the children.
I don't want to use up his stuff. I love that you guys can be on the ground and we can still have conversations.
Toys are meant to be shared.
Wait, but remember that they said that he was in it for personal gain and he wants presents?
Well, yeah, but he also thinks I'm his boss right now.
Okay.
So Volition, right?
Volition?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
All right. I'll,
You trust him?
No. I'll put the spyglass back on his chest and pat his shoulder. Good work, son.
It is a pleasure to have you in my tower.
I wasn't here.
Of course, no, not at all.
Head down.
Shoulder check him just a little bit on the way out. Just give him a
Stab pops
Yeah,
out.
It's bleeding.
Stabs right into his rib.
You descend, and at this point now you can see like a few of the other patrol guards are like kind of gathered at the bottom, like talking. And they, as you approach, they'll kind of whisper quietly, and seems like a few of the folk have come to see the woman.
You know, Chetney's
I think
toy
I might
might
just
come
bust that out.
handy now.
As you begin to descend, the central guard that you first pass like stalks back up, and as you hit the bottom, the first patrol, still kind of making sure he doesn't look you directly in the eye, kind of takes his position, and some of the other ones kind of scatter off a bit, and they're all like trying to play it off like they're just doing their patrol, but you can see there's like 3 more gathered patrol that are just kind of awkwardly in the area, kind of catching glances over in your direction. You oddly feel there's a sense of mythology that's been woven here around your mother, at least her interactions here on the moon as of late. And people are drawn to catch a glimpse.
You're famous. Well, not you. You're not famous. Your mother's famous, but that in turn kind of makes you famous.
What's she been doing? Should I give him a present?
Let me see if I can. I'm gonna kind of step in front of her and be like, break it up. Break it up.
They all scatter a bit and hold to attention, almost like they you say break it up and they kind of form almost into like a walkway, like a ranks to the side.
Yes, that is what I meant. Good work.
I'll just keep my head high and walk past him.
Okay. As you walk by Orm, you feel a heavy elbow in your side. And you're like, and you glance over it, and one at first what you thought was Ashton is another vanguard figure that's like, shh.
I'm not saying anything.
I tell everybody.
He walks off.
In our heads as we approach them. Get into like a formation so we can get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
Similarly nudge Ash, and I pull out the sword and then go about 10 feet out from Imogen off to diagonally to the right like a bodyguard.
This is definitely the most nonchalant way to travel.
Just as we walk away from the tower, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
To avoid the fanboys.
Is anybody following or watching as we head down the street?
They watch as you walk away, but nobody pursues or follows.
Right.
And as soon as you're the littlest way out the way, you can see them kind of like regather to like talk and whisper to each other.
Cool.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I didn't use your toy.
What?
We didn't use your toy.
You have it?
Yeah.
Give it back.
Trushy Scrabble. He's been bored the whole time.
Little rocking horse.
Frothing his mouth.
Oh my god.
Delight.
Long live the new flesh.
Once we get out of sight, we
tells us the owner of the
melt
table
just
can
a
do that.
random little crowd on the street.
Yeah.
No worries.
Killer.
All right, so you, following the directions of the two of you who got the bird's eye view, you definitely begin to. Are you
And I'm
taking?
gonna pull my hood up so I don't.
Taking? Are you taking a direct route confidently again, or are you going stealthily?
I feel like we should be confident until we get a little bit closer, and then we can dart off into the side streets and be a little more stealthy.
Yeah, maybe the
just
last quarter mile.
Yeah,
or
just so we're
less.
not like super noticeable going to the
Okay.
Volition.
Then also go ahead and make one final group stealth check to make the last bit of the journey's leg to your destination.
Pass without a trace.
Yes, which we do have now.
Roll.
Oh, it's a single.
Oh, single roll?
Yeah, single roll, but add 10.
26.
26.
33.
All right.
13.
26.
Alrighty.
27.
Okay.
29.
All right.
12.
It's a good spread.
You still
Alrighty.
have some exhaustion?
Oh yeah.
2.
2
One
points.
your last
You have
day?
2 or just 1?
Still
We
two.
never.
We haven't had a
addressed it. Ashen said at the end of the day, if there's any spell slots left.
Also, there's a
Then you'll get.
there's a
Both taken away. in the
there's a
morning.
cost also. There's
a financial cost.
there's a financial cost to it. So
I also have a
$99.99.
scroll of greater restoration
Oh.
that was given to us.
Oh,
but-
that's right, for Plane Rider
Yeah,
Win.
but we should probably save that for Plane Rider Win in case we don't have you.
Indeed. Alrighty. So, you did not see Plane Rider at the Malleus Key now.
Maybe Plane Rider's here.
Maybe that'll be our exit. That would be amazing.
Or maybe
So-
she's dead.
As you all carefully dive and shift from shadowed alley to shadowed corner, you eventually come upon the exterior of what looks to be the dump region of an excavation tunnel. You see just these massive piles of rock, like large chunks to like small crumbled bits, and it just kind of is pushed up against the side of this mountain to this massive kind of wedge pile. You can see there's a few like small buildings on the outside with like lazy bits of smoke where it looks like either workers or guards are posted to keep watch. But it's, you know, it looks like when someone is, and many of you have kind of encountered like they're digging a new mine. All the rock has to go somewhere. And so it's all been kind of brought back to the surface, kind of pushed onto the side. The fact that it still rests here and it looks fresh means that this is a recent excavation. As you begin to come across the exterior of it, you see from inside one of these little kind of hovels with the smoke trail, a figure comes out with a big, thick cowl on, himself an older one of those like kind of Sasquatch figures. So we haven't learned the name of them yet. But you can see he's older, he's balding on top. Like there's that little bit of like the scalp crown that's showing there, and the longer kind of white hair that kind of dangles past, and like the cheeks kind of pour out from there. He has the big kind of cowl and neck, and the cloak that's kind of thrown over to the side. And he has one of those like bone wand rods, but it's like long, and it has like the glass crystal at the end, and he emerges and kind of like, "What is your business, if I can ask?"
Is there something we're supposed to say?
I don't know. What we never learned what Volition people say to each other.
Step away from the dusk pit unless you're here on Imperium business.
Oh, so okay.
All right.
DM, are we close to the? Are we at the door? Are we
Is
at the
this
door?
where the purple fabric
You can
is?
see the flag is affixed to the top of the structure that he emerged from. Just kind of like,
Okay, so this is it. This is it. Okay.
this is what you saw from the tower.
Okay.
This weapon that he's got, it's the wand. That the glass isn't at the end. Is the glass at the end?
There was a piece of glass, and it looks like a large bone, almost like a like a femur of some creature that has been kind of carved and shaped to have this kind of, or either it was naturally formed in this kind of odd, maybe like a rib bone from some massive beast. And as he kind of holds it like a rifle, and at the end there is the crystal kind of pointed. He's kind of just holding it there at the ready.
Detect thoughts.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say you're not gonna need that weapon. We're not here to challenge you or anything. By the way, it's a very finely made piece.
We're acquaintances of Zesh.
Yeah. Did they make it?
Make a persuasion check.
What's in their thoughts as...
What's in your wallet?
What's in his wallet as he says that?
They are extremely nervous.
Okay.
25.
25.
Nice.
No, I looked at perception. That's different for me.
Yeah.
But it's still pretty good. 19.
19. The first thoughts are just nervousness, and the surface thoughts that go are like, shit, oh god. Keep cool. It's just, friends of Zesh, I think I know of this, Zesh makes good glass stuff. Yeah?
Yes.
I actually have a few criticisms of the Imperium.
I don't know anything about that.
To the Imperium, are you loyal?
Looks at you and just like you see his face drop and goes, I am doing my duty.
You're not the one who should
In
be
his head, I want to
asking.
be thinking what he's thinking in his head, though, as I ask it.
So you ask him,
I asked him that, but I want to hear what's in his head as he's answering me.
right now in his head is, oh no.
I'm gonna jam Seedling into the ground blade down because we're not.
He's not even looking at you right now.
Does he hear those words?
Might be.
Okay.
But in his head, you sense just abject terror.
I am not who you think I am. I'm not my mother.
You make a persuasion check. You've kind of loosened him up.
Oh my gosh. I didn't realize my persuasion was that high. 24!
You got a mercury tongue. What do you mean?
What the fuck? Yeah, but I always thought, I don't know. I just forgot.
Looks, finally like breaks eye contact and looks over at you. Looks at your sword. Looks back at you. Looks at you again with that kind of curious, what the hell are you sort of look.
God damn it.
It's just really old. It's
Do you have a chair? Maybe we could take this inside.
Maybe we should have a conversation.
Just waking up sounding like a bike horn.
What?
Happens to the best of us.
Thank you.
Jet lag.
Yeah, let's step out of the road.
Yes, please.
Still kind of nervously holding the mass wand at his side, the bone contraption, and kind of steps back into this little hut. It's maybe about 15 feet by 15 feet. It's pretty modest, and it's kind of built along where that metal gate sits that kind of closes off the entrance to this wide cavern. Just kind of steps inside, looks out through the window. And once you all kind of pull in, it is a bit of a tight fit. Closes the door. Why is this into? What's your mother? What's going on?
We're friends. We're friends of the Volition, and we were sent to find you and to find
me.
Well, not you specifically, but your people.
It's like I don't do much.
What's your name?
My name is Emido. Watcher Emido.
Hold on, we gotta get out our notebooks, Watcher Emido.
We've come.
You're Exandrian, yes?
Yes, we've come a really long way.
She's your mother?
But we're not allied with her.
No.
What is your intent then?
to stop her?
We know of some of the Imperium's plans, and we're not aligned with them. In fact, the Imperium has done a lot of damage and wreaked a lot of havoc on Exandria. We're not against Ruidians.
He's like nervously like pressing his thumb against this tusk, almost like to just have just a little bit of pain to kind of keep his attention focused, like a little tick. And you're gonna.
We want to help you all, but we do not approve of the way the Imperium has been going about things.
Yeah, there's people in Exandria who are working with the Imperium to the detriment of both places. I think we might have common interests here.
This is a strange bit of fortune, and I'm not the person to talk to. You should talk to Rashina.
Where's Rashina?
Rashina of the Golden Hammer. She's the current head of the Volition. She and Gaztomo would be the ones to talk to.
Gastomo?
Gaztomo.
And where are they?
I'll show you the way, but I can't go with you.
What?
I have to stay here to make sure nobody finds it.
What's the Golden Hammer?
That's her title.
Oh, that's her title. Rashina of the Golden Hammer.
She's probably got a golden hammer.
Her father was the Golden Hammer before her.
Oh, sorry, that was of the Golden Hammer.
She probably has her father's golden hammer.
Okay, tie.
It's all set in our heads.
Yeah, that was
a
enough.
shitty, stupid,
Yeah.
mind conversation.
Where do we
I know
find
less.
Sorry.
Where do we find her?
This way. He kind of steps out and looks around while holding the door there.
If he pulls a secret latch, I'm gonna be so happy.
Does like this like faint whistle, and someone emerges from the other little hovel off to the side, rushes over to part of the metal gate. You hear the jingling of metal, and then the gate shifts open about 1.5 feet, and then he darts back inside the hut and goes, "Don't go as a group. Give a space of time between each entry. Close it behind you.
Should we take these off? Maybe.
Once inside, yeah."
Okay.
I reach up, take him by the hand, and clasp my hand over, and
You're so small.
I know. Comes in handy sometimes. Sometimes it's a problem. When I take my hand away, there's 7 or 8 blueberries sitting in his hand.
What is?
Thank you.
They call him the farmer's market.
Terrible.
I feel so bad for that. Carry
Colm
on.
has finally found his superpower.
You got those blueberries, dog?
Like, doesn't even break eye contact. It's like,
Just making it really awkward.
Yeah.
like you see like the eyes wrinkle from the smile. Pulls the hand away, and there's just a mess of blueberry in his like long kind of white beard shrouded
Like a
face.
Maltese
Yep.
doggy.
Ball. You gotta give like raspberries next. I want to see.
Okay.
Just like, they're so cute.
You want me to get this guy right?
No. So the next person.
Next person.
I've already started walking towards the gate.
Yeah, but
Oh, okay.
one at a
That's
time. One at
first.
a time.
One at a time. You can be going in as
You said not as a group.
It's like a couple. Like
Oh yeah,
two at
probably
once.
2 is okay.
I get to the gate and I walk through.
All right.
I'm walking.
Yeah.
As I get in, I start like taking
Getting
the
naked.
reds off.
Oh, okay.
Trail in one at a time.
Scratching my nips.
At a time,
Okay.
you all kind of take moments to step within the subterranean tunnel until eventually you've all passed through the gate. And a moment after the last of you steps within, you hear the gate. Sorry, as I punch the microphone and make make the audience at home go. "Ah!" So sorry. Impactful moments here.
Shall we please?
And it is a wide 25 or so foot kind of like opening, and the top of it gets low pretty quick. And you can feel like as they kind of glow through and reveal it, you can see that kind of loose dust and dirt and gravel and such have been pulled up and kind of left along the sides, stuff that's kind of tumbled off from whatever carts and elements brought it up. And as you continue down, you see some of these carts which have like heavy barding and like chains for various large creatures. In fact, the wukors that you've seen, it looks like it's made for some of the larger wukors that kind of pull some of these carts that carry these heavy bits of excavated dirt up. As you begin to descend around, one of your orbs presses past before a lantern kind of lights up at about a 60-foot distance from you. And you begin to notice that along this tunnel there are these lanterns, these little kind of blue-green lights that kind of appear in the proximity of your travel. It winds down, eventually kind of dips into a descent that is steep enough to the point where you kind of have to hold the sides a little bit to go down, and the tunnel begins to thin a bit. You're kind of having to guide yourself, not quite single file yet, but you have to kind of put your hands down to kind of scoot at times to make sure you don't tumble.
Is there any sense of water or moisture down here?
Make a perception check.
12, 13.
12? Pretty dry. In this tunnel, you don't catch any sort of moisture. You continue to scoot down, it levels out a little bit, and as you kind of come to the base of that one descent, kind of hitting a few rocks with your feet, a voice goes, "Who goes?"
Friends of the Volition.
Prove it.
How?
That sounds
dead
really
bodies
good.
or Watch your emito.
We're going to open up a picnic blanket,
Amito.
and you're going to want someone to look inside. We'll back away from it.
Loosen up.
You'll see what you need to see.
That's
What are they going to see in there? There's a whole bunch
We
of
look
dead
like
bodies?
psychopaths.
We're gonna look psycho.
We should just pull out like one body instead of show them all. Just to warm them up a little bit.
All right, so what do you do?
Watch your emito. Gave us passage.
Yeah, I
We're
guess
here to
we'll-
talk to
Rashina
and
We-
Gastomo.
We still have that head, right?
Yeah, we can pick.
We pull out the head of
The Juggernaut?
the Juggernaut and just toss it. Yeah.
And a foot kind of catches it in the shadows. You can see the figure kind of lean in. You can see they have a hood up. And they kind of glance past it. Kick it back. Kind of comes to rest. Kind of tongue lolling out. It's starting to get a little soft at the edges.
I'd peel off a little piece of cheek.
No, Chet.
A little protein.
There's for Rashina to decide. Walk with me. And the figure turns around, and you can see they're carrying another one of these. It looked like a cannon almost, like a hand cannon wand, if you will, with the crystal at the tip. Do you follow?
Yeah.
Okay. You continue following. There's a couple other tunnels that kind of merge with this one from off to the side, almost like they're starting to come to these nexus points. This tunnel also looks a bit. The further in you get, he takes you. This figure that pulls you off into a side tunnel, and winds what looks to be a more freshly dug, smaller passageway, barely braced, with similar bits of curved bone like you had seen some of these carved from it. It looks almost like a curved rib bone that's kind of put up and aside to keep some semblance of bracing to this tunnel. But the dirt is very loose and fresh, and it looks like whatever tunnel that he's taking you through is a very recent addition to the space. This walk continues on for a good 15 minutes of silence, as this figure kind of keeps walking and looking past over the shoulder every few seconds just to kind of keep a watch on you.
Do we ever get a good glimpse of what they look like, or?
They've been in shadow mostly this whole time. And the minute you would have put any light ahead, they turned and just continued walking, facing away. You press on until eventually you come to a large door. It looks like it's made from wood, but you haven't seen a lot of wood sources in this area. This has this kind of rough, gnarled exterior to it. It's not a shaved wood. There's almost like a bark that's still grown onto it that's kind of split in places. And on the inside, the striations kind of there's not like a pattern of straight striations. They almost interweave underneath the bark. Almost like the tree or the wood itself is knotted, almost like a Celtic knot-like design beneath where the bark is broken and exposes underneath. The figure approaches it and takes the butt of this kind of rod or cannon and kind of like just hits it once. And you watch as part of the door kind of pulls back and opens, kind of like a false window is pulled away, and the figure looks out. There's no conversation for a moment before the figure in the hood goes and nods and turns back. Well, either you're telling the truth or you die tonight. So, good luck. And begins to walk past you all. As they do, you get a glimpse at them. This is a Ryloran figure, a similar physicality to some of the Shrikes that you've fought before, but you see both of their eyes are snowblind. They have what looks to be a heavy scar that kind of carves through the jaw down to the neck, and the speaking they've been doing into your mind, you can see probably couldn't be done with the healed state of their face. Like they've suffered some serious injury to their face. But they walk past stoically and continue on the tunnel past as the false door is placed there, and you watch as the wooden entryway peels away to reveal an opening. Ooh. It's not a hinged door. It seems to kind of ungrow in a place, if that makes any sense. Kind of pull away. And beyond that, you see a figure kind of holding their hands out with like a faint kind of green glow on their hands.
Can I go to where the door like grew into, just totally forgetting whoever opened it, and just kind of like look and try and find where it retreated into?
Yeah. As you kind of approach it, to kind of look into it with this kind of curiosity and wonder, it's like the notostriations are roots that kind of bound together to create a strong door, and you can see it's like probably that thick. Like if the roots of a tree all were concentrated into one pattern and they kind of grew over, and then began to retreat into itself to kind of leave an opening, like a curtain.
Incredible.
You step into the next chamber, and it is a plain, open, antechamber-like cavern, maybe about 20 feet tall, about 60 feet wide, and a multitude of tunnels that kind of splinter off of it. You can see some more of those lanterns kind of hang within, kind of glowing and lighting the space. And there are probably 4 other figures, also similarly hooded and shrouded, kind of sitting at different corners, posted with their own series of weapons. You see some people that have more of those, like glass cannons, if you will, and a few others that have large glass weapons, like great swords that look hooked and carved, that kind of affixed to their back. And as you kind of step in, many begin to step out. 2 dozen figures begin to emerge. They're kind of forming a rank around all the other tunnels, and you're starting to get the sense that they're essentially going to be enveloping you as you step in, and they do. As you begin to walk into the central chamber, you are immediately surrounded by now what looks to be about 35 to 40 figures total.
Whoa. You wouldn't happen to have 35 of those toys, would you?
I got 2.
Okay.
But nothing like some competition.
As they surround you, you can see the shapes. Like some of them just kind of, with the low light that's here, you can see they look humanoid. Some have the Ryloran crests. Some are tall and lanky. You can see the shape of the Shrike creations. You can see a few of them are massive, hulking figures. Looks to be Ryloran juggernauts or like physicality, all kind of just wrapped and covered and trying to stay unrecognized in their intentional attire. It is a motley crew of figures. Some that look small. You see some Bormodo in there. You see what looks to be possibly Gnomish or Halfling figures in here. You see one one standing figure that is, where is it here? There. A green-scaled dragonborn that is heavily armored. They all kind of just stare at you quietly as you step in, all waiting for something, before eventually some of them part in the middle, and one figure approaches, pulling her hood back, and you see this kind of powerful, stoic-looking female Rylorn. She looks a bit gaunt, but serious in her face. She wears a breastplate of what looks like hammered metal. Her dark, kind of burgundy brown cloak kind of drags on the ground behind her. She is gauntleted in her hands. You see swinging at the side of her belt what looks to be a kind of brass gold-colored mallet or hammer of some kind. That just kind of clings gently against her leg armor as she steps out from the rest of the crew. Her crest splits into three, almost like flower petal type designs on it, and you can see there are all manner of tattooed designs that kind of merge and splinter off of it. There are kind of cold iron chains that wrap around it and connect right above the brow and kind of dangle past where the nose bump is, kind of drift past the chin and just kind of hang and swing. And as she steps forward, you can feel the reverence in the chamber for her. She approaches, and not telepathically, but speaking as you speak. Who among you would you consider to be your leader?
Boy, that's just the craziest question.
We debated this. We've talked about it a bit.
Who speaks for you, at least?
I
I literally push Imogen by the elbow forward 2 steps.
I do.
You. And there's this kind of, like a faint, hushed clenching throughout the whole chamber as you kind of step into the light a bit, and everyone sees the coloration of your hair and the designs of your scars. And all the lanterns kind of flicker brighter as you enter the chamber. You're of her lineage, are you not? This Timot?
I'm her daughter, yes.
As you say that, the whole room shifts and you hear the sound of weapons being pulled from sheaths. You see glowing green glass begin to glow from all corners of the shadow in your direction.
There is no loyalty that comes with this blood.
You fought hard enough to find your way to the heart of our safe house. Tell me what it is you intend before we strike you down and leave you in ashes.
We want to destroy Ludinus. We want to destroy Odahan Thul. We want to destroy my mother. And everyone who would seek to control the people of Ruidus.
What is your intent with the Imperium?
What is yours? I didn't even know of its existence until recently.
Ask the questions later. Answer them now.
If they serve Ludinus, then we would see them destroyed as well.
And we have your assurances that you are not a puppet, an instrument of the Weave Mind.
Yes.
Make a persuasion check.
Gulp.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you are an instrument of the weave mind. We don't know.
You don't know.
That's fun.
Okay. 27.
27.
She said that so flippantly.
There's a good 15 seconds of tense silence as this figure turns her head from side to side, looking you up and down, looking at your friends. And each of you feel peered into, peered through, judged, spiritually chewed and spat out in a matter of seconds, like you've been read for filth front to back. Quietly.
You like it.
Yeah. Just like it a little teeny bit.
Before she steps back a bit onto her back leg and crosses her arms in front. Well, I believe that you believe that. And that's something, at least. Very well. You want to know my intent? Our intent. And she turns around and walks back towards the crowd that parts.
Do we follow?
We do.
Yeah.
We do. We're all in.
You fall in and step behind her. And as she walks, you see one of the hulking juggernauts kind of steps and kind of joins her at the side, kind of looks back at you and kind of still untrusting, kind of cracks his knuckles to the side, but continues walking.
Crack my knuckles in return.
Those are my knees.
Towards the opposite side of the chamber, you can see there's a mass of glass that is opaque and kind of barely exposed at the edge that kind of covers about a 15-foot section of wall. As you approach the edge of this chamber to where that glass wall is, you watch as this figure kind of raises her hand across it, and as she does, the glass, its opaqueness vanishes and becomes somewhat translucent, like a window that is revealed with her fingers. And as it does, you are looking down from the ceiling of the most incredibly large chamber underground that you've ever witnessed. You see this perpetual mind-blowing expanse, this open space that is filled with hundreds more bridges and structures and archways. You see all these little bits of carved stone that bind together like a hive, a network of caverns that all bleed together into this like massive heart-like cityscape. Thousands, tens of thousands more people could live here. You see thousands of those little sparkling blue lights, like fireflies in the distance, and it takes you a moment to realize that these are lanterns that alight structures that spread on almost forever into the dark. This is the heart of Cravirus. This is the city. And you see the moving energy and liveliness of it throughout, like a bloodstream of people that just kind of shift and move, the vibrancy of a society you've not yet gandered. You can see spires and structures and temples that seem familiar but not. A lot of the architecture seems to change. The inspiration's pulled in some ways from Exandrian history and cultures, but a facsimile of it, repurposed, remade, not fully understood, but claimed as its own. It's like bits of the history of the world, long gone and today, all kind of put together and made new, made unique. And sitting amongst it all, you can only imagine this quarter-mile or higher height of this underground chamber, where it all swirls and connects, this singular spire of faintly glowing glass that rises up the center of it, like a tree trunk, where all of these different paths all connect to and weave around.
We were just on the outskirts.
You can see the bits of stronghold structures built into the side of this trunk, and it does indeed look almost like a shadowy tree in the way that everything around this city just kind of breaks off of it in layers and layers and splinters off into the nearby caverns. You can't even see the bottom almost from this height. It's just... it feels like a dream. As you kind of glance out and try and process all this, the Rylorn figure, the leader, which you assume to be this Rashina you heard about, steps alongside you all. What we want is inside there. The 5 minds that have enslaved us for hundreds of years. That glowing heart of this city. We aim to bring it down. And that's where we're going to
Oh, no, you can't! Come on, that's so good! That's so good. The 5 minds?
No, that tracks. That tracks.
The glowing heart.
Wow.
Oh! No, like 20 more minutes! Come on, Mom! Come on!
I just got the whole cavern in my mind.
I know, I know.
Like, can we roll for initiative really quick?
Just to start the next one?
Real quick.
Fight Manhattan. Are we talking Grand Canyon scale underground?
Bigger.
It's like the depth of the Grand Canyon, not quite as expansive per se. Like not like it doesn't extend that wide, but it is that kind of like if you were to take a kind of an equal kind of cylindrical chamber of the Grand Canyon that was about, from top to bottom about a quarter mile or so, and it kind of fills out from there. And there's just, dozens, if not hundreds, of like rock shelves and splintered pathways that kind of come out from it. Some that have crumbled, some that have been built
like
on, some that have been shaped.
Yeah.
It feels kind of like a slightly more open termite mound with this massive like glass cylinder in the center that you don't
out before you.
like even from where you sit now, like the scale is hard to gauge.
Yeah.
As you just kind of take in the shapes and those thousands of little firefly-like glittering lights of all the different lanterns of the city kind of coming on and flickering off as people step in and out of their radiuses. So it's fun.
It's a far cry from fighting chairs and tables.
A little bit. A little bit. Things have shifted.
To be fair, they were really nice chairs.
They were nice
tables. They were
yeah.
They were good
So
chairs.
we'll pick up from there next episode after you've now made contact with the leader of the Volition and figure out what the next plan of action is here under the surface of Ruidus. I'm excited.
Wow.
Alrighty. So we'll pick up from there next week. Happy 9th anniversary, everybody! 9 indeed.
I have 1 gray hair for every year. Just 9
Lucky
of them.
you.
Just 9.
Only them. Love y'all. This has been crazy, and it's only getting crazy.
Love you, Maddie.
9 years married.
Indeed.
9 more.
Well, thank you all for joining us. We'll pick up next week at this crazy bit, but we love you very much. And is it Thursday yet?
No.
Good night.